Centricom, Channel 10 Sports, and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leader in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school football game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the football field for simulcast coverage of high school football on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome, all of you out there. This is quarterfinal football, 3A action tonight. We're here at Morgan High School, the home of the Morgan Trojans. We'll be bringing you the game tonight between Morgan and Juab Wasps. The Wasps travel up here by way of their seeding, and this is the first game. Let you know, this is the Snow College pregame show. We appreciate Snow College. They were selected a top 10 college by the Aspen Institute 3 straight times. So please turn on your education at snow.edu. And again, it's kind of a local entity to Juab High, Central Utah, and we appreciate all that they do for the youth. I'm Dennis Aldridge. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. I'm assisted tonight by Rick Robbins, and they got Nate Palmer and the crew from Centricom bringing it to you over Centricom Channel 10 and also over the radio station Mid-Utah Radio Network, and we appreciate all of those entities. We mentioned that they are here. This is a quarterfinal. Excuse me. I know I'll make a lot of mistakes. I apologize for that. Juab comes in as the South Division's number 4 team, with Morgan as the North Division's number 1 team. So, it kind of looks like someone should win and someone should lose, other than what the hometown Nephi people would like.
Coach, it always works out that way, right? 2 powerhouse football programs going head-to-head in a quarterfinal matchup. Last year, as we know, Morgan defeated Juab in the semifinals down at Weber State 34-18. So they're trying to get back to the state championship where they were last year. Juab, on the other hand, been to the semifinals with 1 championship appearance 5 straight years. So Coach Christy Jansen for Morgan's just done a fantastic job, and he comes into the game with a career record of 94-43, while Coach Bowring for Juab comes into the contest with 118 wins and 54 losses. So 2 outstanding programs that are well coached, and I think we're going to see some good football today.
Yeah, again, I remember back to the 2A days when they used to be 2A schools, and coming from the Millard area, had to play these 2 schools, and Juab's come a long way and developed well over the last 10, 15 years, done a lot of great things and developed a tradition in football that may not have been there before. Morgan, of course, way back when, even back when you were playing, a quality program, and always tough in football, and they remain so to this day. Other 3A games in the quarterfinal action, you have Union traveling to North San Pete. You have also Richfield traveling to Summit Academy, and you also have Juan Diego Catholic High School traveling to Grantsville. Those are the other 3A games. We'll try to bring you updates and scores as we get them during the game. It'll keep you updated. And again, they come into this with the rankings from the 3A North. First was Morgan, second Grantsville, third Union, fourth Carbon. Emory and Judge Memorial being 5th and 6th, not making the round of 8. Then you have Summit Academy in the south, number 1, Juan Diego, North San Pete, Juab, of course, as we mentioned, the 4th, and Richfield 5th, and Manti 6th. And Richfield does get into it by way of a win in the play-in games last week. So that's your setup for the 3A tournament. And again, we will try to bring you scores as they're made available to us. Most everybody, I believe, playing today, and most of them starting at 4 o'clock. So we'll bring those to you. Again, this is part of the Snow College pregame show. Snow College has a 73% successful transfer rate or graduation rate with an average class size of just 20. Most of our high schools don't have class sizes that small. So visit snow.edu. We'll be back with more of the Snow College pregame show in just a moment.
Campus life at Snow College is awesome. On our small, friendly, residential campus, you can participate in fun student life events, join student clubs, and cheer on our nationally ranked athletic teams. And if you want adventure, you can find about every outdoor activity imaginable just minutes from campus. Come check out Snow College and see why it's one of the best 2-year schools in the nation at snow.edu.
No matter how you connect, Centricom delivers fast, reliable internet and powerful whole home mesh Wi-Fi throughout your home. For intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect with Centra Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or click Centracom.com to upgrade your internet today.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
Azomite Mineral Products in Nephi is using a unique deposit to create fertilizers and as a feed ingredient for customers all over the world. Research has indicated its potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite is excited to be part of the Nephi community and supports Juab High School athletics.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy, sell, and haul alfalfa hay. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve at Stevens Feed in Holden.
Okay.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. Again, Dennis Aldridge and Rick Robbins bringing you the action today with the game between the Juab Wasps and the home Morgan Trojans. Beautiful day here. You couldn't pick a much better day for playing football in the state of Utah late season like this. Beautiful, beautiful day. This is the Snow College pregame show. Snow College is ranked 14th in student satisfaction with the RateMyProfessor.com. Turn your education on at snow.edu. Let's go now to Rick Robbins. He's got some statistics, and we'll listen to a few statistics and interesting information as we prepare for this game.
So as we said earlier, two powerhouse programs matching up here today in 3A. Just a few interesting notes. Morgan comes into the game with an overall playoff record of 32-9 at home. So as we said earlier, they've had a lot of success here. This isn't your father's Morgan's team. Back in the day, usually wing tee, foot to foot. Now you'll see a wide open spread offense. They like to throw the ball all over the field, and they've had a lot of success with it. In 3A, they actually come into it as well as the #1 ranked defense, only giving up 81 points total. And in region play, they only gave up 27 points, so averaging 9 points per game on scoring defense. So look for that. On the offensive side, they average 33 points per game, led by their quarterback, Carter Thackeray. We'll talk, I'm sure, more about him. On Juab's side, Juab comes in ranked #1 in points scored and on offense, averaging 36 points per game. So Coach Bowring can get this offense fired up, and they can put points on the board in a hurry. On the other side of the game, Juab does give up 24 points per game on average. So that's going to be a challenge that Juab's going to have to overcome, and I'm kind of looking toward that matchup, offensive and defensive power on both sides. Individual players to kind of highlight for Morgan. We mentioned Carter Thackeray. We start with him, junior quarterback, tall kid, 6'3", 150 pounds, completes 67% of his passes, so he can really spin the rock. Over 2,000 yards passing, 24 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He did have one 400-yard game earlier this year against Ben Lomond, so he's definitely a proven passer. The guy that he looks to most, he's going to go to, is number 17, Tyson Herd. He's a senior, 6'1", 174, big-time playmaker with 45 catches and 640-plus yards this year and 8 touchdowns. When they run the ball, they like to spread it out of the shotgun and run zone and try to stretch the field. Porter Giles is their go-to back. He's a junior, number 20. 157 pounds. He has 80 carries and 419 yards and 3 TDs at 5 yards per carry. So very versatile back. And then on the defensive side of the ball, their leading tackler, big number 77, Jameis Burriston. He's 5'9", 265. So he's just a guy that can plug the hole and make plays and tackles. He also has 2 sacks. And then in the secondary, their ball hawk is number 9, Zach Farron. He's a senior, 27 tackles with a very impressive 6 interceptions. So this is a multi-dimensional Morgan team that has a lot of weapons. On the Juab side, Juab also has multiple weapons that they like to go to, starting on the offensive side. Let's start with number 22, running back Bodie Blackett. He's really Juab's scat back and guy with speed to burn, likes to get sideline to sideline and make cuts upfield. He's just a sophomore at 5'11", but he's got 46 carries and 435 yards rushing on the year, along with 10 catches and 116 yards receiving. So multi-purpose, can do it all. In the red zone, Juab's go-to guy, number 10, running back Cade Bowring. He's just a junior. He also has 77 carries for almost 400 yards at about 5 yards per carry, and he has 43 catches and 400 yards. So he's closing in on 1,000 yards multi-purpose with 12 touchdowns. They also like to go to Dylan Von Motes as their fullback. By the way, he's out today. I was told right before the game with a concussion, but good news for Wasp fans today. Dallin West, number 6, running back and defensive back, is back in the lineup. And before Dallin was hurt, before the Richfield game with a broken collarbone, he had 19 carries for 153 yards and 4 touchdowns for 8 yards per carry. So to me, that's going to be an X factor there to get Dallin back in the lineup. He's a playmaker on both sides of the ball, and Juab's really missed him all season. So it'll be great to have him back. At quarterback, captain number 12, Easton Wright, had a big year this year with 1,700 yards passing plus 60% completion percentage, 14 TDs and 8 INT. So I think the key for Juab is to really maintain the clock, control possession, and for Easton, that's going to be a big part of his game today. The guys that he likes to look to, big number 15 wide receiver Brigham Perry. He's about 6'2", 6'3", big, strong, physical kid. He's going to be matched up, I'm guessing, head-to-head with Tyson Herd, number 17 for Morgan. So I think that's a matchup we want to look to today. Brigham's got 21 catches for just about 400 yards and 3 TDs, and he runs side by side along with number 25 Clarence Cool, who's also been a big playmaker, and then number 11 Zach Cowan, who's also the backup quarterback, done a great job this year, and we've seen him at quarterback at times. Coach Bowring will roll him in. Very athletic, big, physical kid with a strong arm. He's also been playing wide receiver, so I look for him to be out there as well at the split side. On the defensive side of the ball, Juab has number 55, Blake Mangelson Jr., about 6'4", 210, 215. This kid, in my opinion, definite college body and skill type. He leads the state with 11 sacks and 47 tackles. This is going to be a key matchup for Morgan. Can they keep Mangelson out of the backfield with the quarterback? Blake has harassed teams all season long. He's long, he gets inside, he's got great leverage for being so tall and athletic. So we want to keep an eye on him. We also, at linebacker, number 50, Rylan Watts. He's a junior. He's a run stopper for Juab, kid that's going to fill the hole and come up, keeps his pad level low, just tough, very physical with 63 tackles. And then in the secondary, Cade Bowring at safety. We mentioned him earlier, 76 tackles and 2 interceptions. He's not afraid to come up and fill the hole and make plays and also cover in the backfield. Number 29, Zach Canfield, a senior, at 58 tackles, and then along with other defensive contributors, Ty Durbin, along with Brigham Perry, Jaden Valtonson, I mentioned Dallin West and Carter Shepard. So we got a strong group of guys on both sides of the ball today.
Appreciate those statistics. That's an all-around dental care stat check, offering braces as low as $98 per month. Free initial exam, x-rays, and in-house discount plans. They accept all insurances. So please call 435-623-0866. We'll be back with more of the Snow College pregame show in just a moment. We're about now to have the National Anthem.
Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Got my ride at Carwise, and another great deal, and another great deal, another great deal is there. Hey, we're gonna get you approved. Come on in today. Got my ride at Carwise, they can get you approved, and another great deal. Got my ride at Carwise. Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Come on in today. CarwiseUtah.com.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center, where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
It's time to supercharge your internet with the fastest speeds in the area from Centracom. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by Centra Wi-Fi, our whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Call or click Centracom.com to supercharge your internet today.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance is the type of agent that makes a difference by offering United Insurance. Based in Utah, United Underwriters Insurance understands the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. Call Security Insurance, 435-623-2590. The trail is calling. Every turn, hill, and fallen log is screaming your name. And you're ready because you have the right type of power and agility to answer the call. Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi. Our family is serving your family for over 50 years.
Welcome back once again, Snow College pregame show. Dennis Aldridge and Rick Robbins bringing you the action tonight. The Millard. I'm going to make mistakes. I apologize. This is the Morgan versus Juab game. I was talking to Rick off air. The problem is I remember when all of these schools were all 2A schools and we were playing each other and they were just intermingled. And I'm having a hard time now keeping 3A and 2A separated.
Now, in full disclosure, Coach, you got to share with our listeners. Coach Aldridge and I have some history, right? I was Coach's quarterback back in the day at Millard. So when Millard slips out, I think the last time we were together was actually on this field, and I was quarterbacking his team to a win. So it's a good time. So if it slips up a little, Coach, it's all good, man.
Quarterbacking your team. Yeah, we screamed 12 men, 12 men. The officials threw a flag, and we won a football game.
Well, didn't Missouri do the same thing against Nebraska? So.
Whatever that takes to win the ball game, yeah. Some good times in the past, and I'm getting so old now I don't remember much of anything. You still look like you could play. So just quickly, during the season, the regular season, Juab comes in with a couple of losses. As you mentioned, they started off with a bang. They only lost to Cedar City, a 4A school, 7-20. And then they ran off some wins, but they lost to Manti, Summit Academy, and Juan Diego in succession to kind of doom the season. Then they upset North St. Pete, and then they beat Emory in kind of a laugher the other day. But as you mentioned, they were ahead in all three of those games, but unable to hold on, which puts them down in this fourth spot.
Yeah, Juab started out 4-1, number one ranking in the state, and then Manti, Summit Academy, and Juan Diego stretch there, and that was a tough stretch for the Wasp. Juab held the lead in all three of those games late into the game, and turnovers were a factor, and in all three cases, ended up losing very close. I mean, we're talking just a couple of points in each of those defeats, and then kind of got things turned around, got the momentum back, went over to North St. Pete, upset North St. Pete at their place, of course, and then you mentioned the first round playoff win with an easy win over Emory.
On the other side, Morgan has only got 2 losses on the day, on the year, one to Bear River, the other one, surprisingly, to a 2A school, South Summit, who is really right now in 2A is a league above the rest of 2A. The rest of 2A is quite competitive, but South Summit sitting there, and they upset Morgan's second game of the year, 20-14. And really, the way South Summit plays, that's no embarrassment, really.
No, I don't. I think if South Summit were in 3A, they would, be a number 1 seed and a contender for the state championship in 3A as well.
We have a couple of other things here. I like to look at this Perry's Power Guide to get some interesting ideas. And according to Perry's Power Guide, in the 3A, this game is supposed to go to Morgan by 4 points. It's a 4.8 edge to the Morgan Trojans based on all of his statistics, meaning very, very close. The sports writer Edwards also picks Morgan to win. In the other games, Grantsville's picked to win, North St. Pete's picked to win, and Summit Academy's picked to win. So basically the 4 seeded teams are picked to win the ball game. But only by 4 points in the case of this game here, so it could go either way.
Yeah, out of the 4 games, I would say this is probably the most evenly matched contest that we have on the slate today, and 4 points is probably pretty close. Usually Perry's power guide's pretty darn close to those predictions. And so, I think it's expected that you're going to pick Morgan, especially if you're a Trojan fan and you're at home and they're excited for the game. But I know the Wasp and Coach Bowring have other ideas and are confident they can get it done.
What, as we get ready now for the kickoff, as both teams take the field, what are some keys you feel for both teams in their efforts to win this ball game?
Well, I think early out of the gate, Morgan's going to want to get momentum. They've got the home crowd. They're going to want to try to start fast and get on the board early. For Juab, it's just the opposite. They've got to keep Morgan's offense off the field, slow the game down, and control the clock and the ball. And then finally, this is all about winning that turnover margin. All the losses for both of these teams came down to turnovers.
Morgan will receive the opening kickoff, and Brock England will be kicking for Juab. They'll be going from the south to the north. Yeah, our right to our left. The kick is a low line drive. Will come down about the 15-yard line, be taken there. They're going to go into a huddle in the back, and then they figure out who's got the ball, but they give it to the man right up the middle, and he, unfortunately, was the one where all of the Juab players were. Will be taken down quickly. Returning on the play, number 30 was the returning Ethan Wheeler. But again, they formed that pack to disguise who's got the ball, but when they broke out, he was the one that was right in the middle of the Juab players.
Yeah, you don't see that often with the huddle on a kickoff, but can be effective, but can also be a disaster if it's not executed well.
It looked like on that situation, any one of the other three had a better shot at getting open. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Morgan Trojans at the 22-yard line, and they come up this time. 4 people in the backfield. Now they're shuttling all people. They got trips to the right-hand side in a tight pack. Fake a handoff inside, rolling to the right, passing the flat, caught there down the 35, 40-yard line, finally taken down out of bounds at the 41-yard line is number 5, Jack Cameron for Morgan. Like you said, they're going to come and throw it all over the place.
Yeah, you're going to see him here. They rarely huddle. You can see here Thackeray's already got them to the line of scrimmage for their next play.
So 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This time there'll be a single setback, and the quarterback, Thackeray, in shotgun position, drops back, quick pass, bubble screen to the left-hand side. Out there on the outside is Herd. He's going to try and get past. He will get a bit of a yardage. It looks like about 4 or 5 yards. Again, that was Herd out there on the outside and taken down quickly.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Clarence Cool in the flat. Thackeray just with a little spot pass out to Herd. You know Coach Christensen's going to try to get the ball to number 17 as much as he can in different ways.
Yeah, you make your game maker or your playmakers get the ball as often as possible. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 here at the 46-yard line. And this time, once again, they'll go tight end to the right-hand side, double receivers on the left-hand side away from us. Quarterback drops back, dropping farther. Got a man out in the flat. Once again, number 5, he's going to catch it about the 50. Will make one tackler miss. Get across the 50 will Jack Cameron. So 3 for 3 in the passing game already in this game.
Yeah, there's a reason that Thackeray's got over 2,000 yards passing and 67% completion percentage. Kid can really spin the ball. Nice open field tackle there by Bodie Blackett at the left corner position for Juab, coming up and closing on the play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now inside Juab's territory at the 48-yard line. Handoff inside this time back through the middle. He'll get some good yardage, the running back will. First running back play of the game for Morgan. That is number 20, Porter Giles, for about 3.
Yeah, Porter doesn't get that many carries. As we mentioned earlier, they're a pass-first team, and they're going to pass 70, run 30% of the time. But when he does get it, he's about a 5-yard per carry every down back.
And they did go to the huddle that time. That was different. Like you mentioned, they don't do huddle very often. They'll come with a tight cluster on the left side. Now they'll spread them all out and bring the right side wide receiver down as a tight end. Single setback in the backfield. Thackeray gets it. Going to run left now to 32 this time. Number 32 makes one man. His nice block on the outside as he tries to get that corner. Number 32 running the ball there is Trevor Jarrett for a pickup. It looks like just a couple, though.
Yeah, just that little zone stretch to the left side and let the back cut. And he comes upfield. Cade Bowring there from his safety position comes up and fills and makes the open field tackle.
Once again, they are in huddle formation. Not quite like the organized huddles we used to have. It's just kind of got everybody grouped together.
Right.
Talk, and
apparently this is the muddle huddle is what I've been told.
Muddle huddle.
The muddle huddle.
All right, they'll go 2 receivers each side now. Single setback once again. Thackeray takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right. He's got a receiver crossing route in the middle, in and out of the hands of number 5. A little bit too hard for him. Jack Cameron for the first incompletion of the game for Thackeray.
Well, nice job there by number 52, Ty Durbin, for the Wasp, getting pressure, got upfield and really got in the face of Thackeray and forced that throw high on the slant.
It'll bring up the first 4th down situation of the game. Now, Morgan is in Juab territory. They are going to huddle up in.
It looks like they're going to go for it. We get a timeout here. Coach Christensen wants to.
Well, the one official's trying to tell somebody to get off the field, looked like to me.
Yeah, maybe looks like some type of uniform issue.
Violation.
Mm-hmm.
So Thackeray will line up. They have double receivers to the right-hand side, a slot to the left-hand side. And Thackeray back in the shotgun, takes the snap back, looking across the middle. He's got a receiver out there, and is caught and taken for a first down at about the 25-yard line. Well covered, but the pass was such that it was perfectly thrown. Good job.
Yeah, Cameron Duke, their wide receiver for Morgan, on about a 15-yard in route. Thackeray threads the needle with a very accurate pass over the linebacker in front of the safety.
Hunter Thomas on the reception there. Beautiful play. Once again, they're going to hand the ball off going right. Cuts back inside. He's going to be hit early and taken down. Good job by Juab. Number 25 there for Juab. Hits him early. Clarence Cool. And,
great pursuit there by Clarence from the field side of the ball. Comes in underneath the play and makes the tackle for a short gain there.
So I'm sure if they were in 4th down territory at the 45, they're probably 4 down territory everywhere from here on in now. Again, they'll go wing to the left. Now they'll put it back in motion across the formation. Handoff on the quick fly sweep on that. He'll be hit and makes it through the first line of defense. We'll get a slight gain on the play. That's number 5 once again as he comes from that wing on that fly sweep.
Yeah, Juab did a good job of reading it and piling it up there. Carter Shepard on the play for the defense, coming up and filling and making the tackle.
3rd down and about 5 now at the 20-yard line for in Juab's territory. Same basic formation. Now they'll split the tight end out a little wider. And Thackeray at the quarterback spot. Looking right once again, got a crossing route. Oh, and the receiver tried to cut and go back to the outside, slips and goes down. And Juab nearly with the interception there, but the receiver slips and goes down. That'll be an incomplete intended there once again for Jack Cameron.
Yeah, great coverage there again by Bodie Blackett. Looks like the timing was off a little bit for Thackeray and the receiver. A dangerous pass that missed there. Looks like Morgan's lining up for a field goal. They have made 2 field goals on the season, so you can see why Coach would attempt it here.
Number 7 will come in to kick, looks like, and that's Carson Flitton. And it'll be, 37-yard attempt from the 27-yard line. Snap is back, hold is down and good. He's got plenty high enough. It looks like it's got enough leg to make it through. And it is good, so Morgan gets first blood here as they kick a field goal, about 32-yard field goal for the first points of the game.
Yeah, Carson Flint, kicker for the Trojans, has got the leg. He's made 2 already this season, and more in high school you don't see field goal attempts that often. Just not that many kids, I guess, that can kick a ball that far, frankly. So great job there by number 7 to come in and drill a 37-yard field goal.
Yeah, it takes confidence too, you know.
Right.
Again, they went for it fourth and 4 or 5 from the 40-yard line, and yet, you would assume they would have gone for it again there, but that's the way it goes. So after, with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left, Morgan takes first blood, as we mentioned, going up 3-0. Livingston's photography scoreboard check, your one-stop shop for your imagery needs, copies, business proposals to the capturing the greatest smile on film. Your one stop for imaging, copies, and business proposals. That's Livingston Photography.
I think Coach Downard's got defensive coordinator for Juab's also got to be happy with that stop.
Yep.
I mean, Morgan was moving the ball at will, so to slow the drive down and only allow a field goal out of that drive is success for Juab.
Kicking now will be Carson Flitton as he'll be kicking off again to the Juab Wasps. High kick deep down the right-hand side. It's going to go into the end zone, so there'll be no return on that. Back to hoping to get his hand on that was Kate Bowring, the great player for Juab High School, but it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down for Juab Wasps at their own 20.
For Juab at center, too, on their offensive line, going to be a big day today. Bladen Fowkes at center, Dominic Davidson at guard, Blake Mangleson at tackle, big number 73, David Phillips at guard, and number 50, Rylan Watts at tackle.
Couple of score updates we've got for you right now. You got North Sanpete up 21-7 over Union. You've also got in 2A, you've got Millard and San Juan hasn't started yet. You've got Richfield and Summit Academy hasn't. Oh, I guess the rest of them aren't quite in progress. That's why he took the scorecard away from me. In motion for Juab. Goes empty backfield. Pass out on the flat quickly. Complete there. Struggling ahead. Number 14 for Juab. Brigham Perry, as you mentioned, a great receiver for Juab. He's going to get 15 yards on that play to move the ball out around the 35-yard line on the 1st and 10. That is a Nephi Federal Credit Union first down.
Great protection by the Waspo line, giving Easton enough time, and Brigham just running a little 5-yard hitch and then making plays after the catch.
So 1st and 10 now for Juab after one play. They're on their 35-yard line. They'll go double slots and a single setback. Quarterback right, steps back, looking left, going to take the short receiver. This time it's complete there. This time to Bowring, number 10. It'll be a short gain on the play. He's going to get the ball to about the 38-yard line, a pickup of about 3.
Yeah, Colton Hansen there for Morgan on the play, really closing quickly, allowing Bowring only a couple of yards on the reception on the little out route.
They'll mark it out now at about 4 yards, so 3.5 to 4 yards on that play. But you can live with that, complete 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, that's a generous spot there. It looked a little shorter,
yeah.
But Cade's forward progress was marked.
Juab does have multiple looks offensively, but right now they're staying pretty straight. Little bubble screen to the outside, caught out there, and breaking one tackle down the sideline. Number 6 for Juab, and that's one you mentioned, Dallin West, who's back off injury. That's a great first play for Dallin West as he's going to get it across the 45 out to about the 47, 1st and 10. Another first down, Nephi Federal Credit Union for the Juab Wasps.
Great pitch and catch there by Easton to Dallin, and Wasp fans got to be thrilled to see Dallin out there to get some confidence and make a play this early in the game.
Right will go under center this time. Again, double slot. They're tight slots, though. It's the old run and shoot look. Single setback. Now they'll put a motion across the formation from left to right. Back to pass, quick step, drop back, quick pass. And it looks like they're going to be content with the quick passing game as they throw it quickly outside to number 5, Shepard Carter. And that's a pickup of another 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, another short play there for a gain. Morgan's playing kind of the old-style 4-3 college defense there with a soft cover 2. The corners are giving ground, and so Coach Bowring's just trying to take what the defense gives them here and take some short completions and move the sticks.
And the quarterback started out under center. He must have only taken like 2 steps back and threw it quickly. They did another generous spot. It's at the 48-yard line of Morgan now across midfield. Fake the pass, going to go deep. Now he's got a man out there. The pass a little underthrown, but did he come out with the catch? He did, and that's number 14 once again. Brigham Perry with a great catch. Had that thing been thrown out there, though, he was wide open to the end zone.
Yeah, nice throw there by Easton. A little bit behind, but the protection was good, and a great route there by Brigham Perry. Stop and go, pump fake, catches the Morgan defender flat-footed, and makes a huge play and a gain there.
Pick of about 25. Juab with it now, rolling right as the quarterback. Great blocking for him. He's got room. He's going to tuck it up and go. He's across the 10-yard line, inside the 10. Looks like he'll be down inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line. Good read by the quarterback there. Another first down.
Well, that all starts with the pulling guard there. Rylan Watts, number 50, just absolutely clotheslines the defender on the end to spring Easton on the edge to get that play to the spot it's in.
So this puts them inside the, they're going to mark it back at the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and goal from the 10. This time they'll run 3 receivers to the left-hand side, 1 to the top. Back to pass, looking right now left, going to go to the inside receiver once again. Nice read. He's doing a good job of finding the open receiver. That's, once again, Bowring. Of course, you throw it to him whether he's open or not.
Well, Cade does a great job there getting leverage just on a little choice route at about 6 yards. Looks like Juab's Coach Bowring's going no huddle here.
And they'll go with tight receivers on the right-hand side and left. Quick handoff, going to go around the outside to Bowring. He's got blockers out there, but he's going to be hit for a bit of a loss, it looks like to me. Maybe a gain of 1. Bowring, they tried to go with a quick little fly sweep across the formation. And good job by Morgan, and there'll be no gain on the play.
Yeah, led by number 77, Jamison Burst, and Morgan's defense there, 3 or 4 defenders closing quickly, gang tackling there to stop Cade from scoring.
Juab trying to be the first to get a Cache Valley Bank end zone appearance as they are within striking distance now. 3rd down and goal from about the 4. Quick huddle, quickly to the line. Bowring with it again. Bounces to the outside. He's being held by the shirt tail by someone, and he's not going to get in. He's going to get another yard or 2 on the play. He'll move it down to about the 2-yard line, it looks, 2 to 3 yard line, so a pickup of 1 maybe.
Yeah, Colton Hansen there, number 44 for Morgan, just grabbed him by the shirt and stopped him. So it looks like decision time here for Coach Bowring.
And it looks like they're going to go for it. They run a play in there. They do not have the punt, the field goal team out. They quickly to the line, trying to go on a quick count, trying to pull them offside. That doesn't work. So now he'll step back and take a timeout. So that didn't work, that play there. So Drew Bay Used Cars timeout. We'll go back to the studio for a quick one ourselves.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab high schools. Materion Natural Resources in Delta, Utah, advocating education and athletic competition in our Millard County communities. Materion is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materion offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools. Materion Natural Resources.
Welcome back. Once again, we have Juab on the goal line. 4th down and goal from about the 2. They go to an I formation, offset I. Now they're going to put the back in motion to the left. Back rolling right is the left is the quarterback. Pass inside. It's a completion, but was he across the line of scrimmage? The near official says the ball did cross the line of scrimmage, so it would be a touchdown. Receiving on the play, number 22, looks like Bodie Blackett, who went in motion, then curled back to the inside and received the ball. Touchdown, Juab.
Well, what a great play by the Wasps. Some great play call there by Coach Bowring. We kind of see a classic rub play, or some might like to say pick play, but well executed as Bodie curls up right at the goal line and the inside receiver rubs off of him and the defender crosses his face, and that tells the quarterback to dump it quickly right across the goal line. It looked like he barely got across, though. It was close. Yeah. So
and controversial from here because it looked like the ball came down inside play, not across the line, but you don't know where the ball was when he caught it. Going to roll out right. They're going for 2 this time. Pitch out there to number 22, and that's successful also. So Bodie Blackett with the 2-point conversion, and Juab goes ahead 8-3 now with 3:35 left here in the first quarter as Juab jumps quickly. Again, scoreboard check, Livingston Photography scoreboard, 3-8 with Juab ahead with 3:35 left in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
Campus life at Snow College is awesome. On our small, friendly residential campus, you can participate in fun student life events, join student clubs, and cheer on our nationally ranked athletic teams. And if you want adventure, you can find about every outdoor activity imaginable just minutes from campus. Come check out Snow College and see why it's one of the best 2-year schools in the nation at snow.edu.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. Once again, Livingston Photography scoreboard. We appreciate them helping us out with this broadcast. Juab in the lead here early in the game in the first quarter. They kick off now. There'll be a fake and a handoff in the backfield on the kickoff. Number 30 down the sideline. He's got one man to beat and going to be knocked out of bounds, but a great return by number 30, and that's Ethan Wheeler for Morgan. So that gives him great field position as he went with the reverse in the backfield. Yeah, up the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by the kicker, I believe, to save that touchdown. But great field position for Morgan.
Outstanding speed there by Ethan Wheeler to get the edge there and return the ball all the way to the 43-yard line.
So 1st and down at the 43-yard line for Morgan. They'll come with the bunch formation of the receivers on the right-hand side, tight to the tackle. Hand off to the back, going around that end, looking for some area to get by. He's not going to make it. Number 32 on the carry. Number 32 is Trevor Jarrett, but good defense coming from an inside linebacking position. I believe that was number 29 and number 5 make that play.
Yeah, number 29, Zach Canfield, comes up really there. Number 55, Blake Mangelson, sets the edge and allows Canfield to come up and fill and make the play. He's just so strong on the edge.
They will now come with a tight end and a wing to the right side, a slot and a wide receiver to the left side. Single set back to pass. Dropping back, pass across the middle. It's complete. Nice move, making one man miss, but then swarmed under by the defense. That's Herd once again as he catches the ball. He just kind of sat down in that zone and let the ball come to him, then made a move.
Yeah, Thackeray there making a good throw. The protection was good, and we know Herd's a playmaker. He has the ability to get in front, use his body almost as a shield like he's blocking out on a rebound in basketball and make the catch there for a big gain.
About 20 yards on that play. Be a first down once again inside Juab territory at the 44-yard line for the Morgan Trojans. And they'll go same formation this time. This time they'll bring a wide receiver of the slot across the formation, handoff inside. Oh, what a nice effort by the running back. Again, that's Trevor Jarrett as he got hit, spun off of one tackle, plowed forward for a few more yards. That was a nice individual effort there by Jarrett.
Number 57, Eric Taylor there, D tackle, making the tackle after the initial miss there in the backfield. So great stop there by Juab.
Bring up now at the 40-yard line. It'll be a second down and 6. And again, Jarrett in the backfield with Thackeray. Dropping back, looking to his left. Got the receiver on the outside. It's complete. Falls down as he tries to make a move, but it will be enough for a Nephi Federal Credit Union first down at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's Tyson Herd again for the Trojans, just running a 7 to 8 yard hitch route underneath coverage. Dallin West out there providing the coverage and the tackle, but an easy pitch and catch for the Trojans.
Been very effective with the passing game. He only has 2 incompletions thus far in the game. Does a good job, delivers a good ball to his receivers, and they're setting down in zones and being able to make those catches. So once again, they are deep inside Juab territory and threatening. Back to pass, rolling right, got a fake, going to pump it once, then go deep, got a ball out there, and no flag is going to be thrown there. Good defensive pressure by Juab, but will be incomplete. Intended out there, I think,
Jack Cameron.
For Cameron.
Like. Yeah, he tries to run a hitch and go there. Bodie Blackett on the coverage does an excellent job of keeping his shoulder square and not biting on the fake and then being in a position to make a play down the field.
He read it well. He watched the receiver until the receiver's head came back, and then when he looked back, he didn't get any separation. He stayed tied up against the receiver, so he couldn't get back through that. Well done by that young man, well coached. They're going to go twins both sides now. Handoff, fake the handoff inside, quick pass outside. Woo, almost hit the defender, had been looking up. Possibility of interception there, but it is complete once again to number 5, Jack Cameron.
Well, Carter Shepard there on the defensive side of the ball does an excellent job of reading the short drop and really getting in the play, and a dangerous throw there that sometimes can go for a pick 6. So
it looked like to me that might have been had he been looking at the ball, not the player. It'll bring up a third down and 9 now for Morgan at the 31-yard line of Juab. Back to pass, looking left this time. He's got a man out there. He's going to go deep to Herd, and it's going to be a pass interference call here. And again, the defender on the play, number 14, Brigham Perry, was really in great position, but the problem is he never looked back to the ball. He just stuck his hands up in the air and then ran into that receiver. Had he looked back, that would not have been a call.
Yeah, that's a cardinal sin in the game of football when you're a defensive back and you don't turn back to the ball when the ball's in flight. And I'm sure, Brigham knows that, but in the moment of the play, just got a little bit caught up as the ball's in flight. So,
well, his idea is he doesn't want to let a touchdown take place, and so you take the penalty over the touchdown. But again, I think if he had turned his head and looked back, he had a right to play the ball too. But it'll be a first down and 10 now for Juab down at about the at Morgan at the Juab 6-yard line. And back to pass again, looking left. He's got the short receiver out in the flat. It's the back out. He makes one man miss. Going to move back to the outside. He's going to get a pickup of about 3 or 4 here. And that, I believe, is number 15 on the reception there. Number 15 being Hunter Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas doing a good job there, slipping the first tackle on the little spot screen and then getting upfield. And again, Carter Shepard and Cade Bowring close in with other Wasp to push him out of bounds.
So it's got the ball at the 12-yard line now, not quite inside the 10, obviously, at the 12. And 6 yards to go for a first down. Back to pass, once again looking right. No pressure on him. He's going to loft the ball up in the air, intended for Herd down there, but well overthrown, in fact, out the back of the end zone. And that's the last play, the final play of the first quarter. Again, once again, it is an 8-3 lead for Juab. We'll be back in just a moment with Morgan. Start of the second quarter with Morgan with a 3rd down and 6 play. Deep inside Juab territory.
No matter how you connect, Centricom delivers fast, reliable internet and powerful whole home mesh Wi-Fi throughout your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect with Centra Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or click Centricom.com to upgrade your internet today.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second quarter again. Morgan deep inside Juab territory with a 3rd down and 6 now. Quarterback's going to loft it once again into the corner of the end zone. It's going to be complete, but he's out of bounds. Number 5 on the play, Jack Cameron, made a nice over-the-shoulder catch looking back into the sun, but he is out of bounds.
Yeah, Bodie Blackett there on the coverage for Juab, the defensive line. Number 72, Brandon Pettit, with some pressure on Thackeray to maybe hurry that throw just a little bit and push the receiver just a step out of bounds. So we've got 4th down coming up here.
Looks like they're going to bring in once again the kicking unit. Number 7, kicking Carson Flitton will once again be kicking apparently for Morgan. And he'll be kicking from the 19-yard line, so make it a 29-yard field goal attempt. Snap is back, the kick is up, it's plenty long enough and high enough, and it is good. So another field goal by Flitton to move the score to 8-6 now for the Juab Wasps, still ahead. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Azomite Mineral Products in Nephi is using a unique deposit to create fertilizers and as a feed ingredient for customers all over the world. Research has indicated its potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite is excited to be part of the Nephi community and supports Juab High School athletics.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy, sell, and haul alfalfa hay. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve at Stevens Feed in Holden.
Welcome back once again and preparing for the kickoff here of the Morgan Trojans. They'll be kicking to Juab. The last time he kicked the ball, it was deep in the end zone. There was no return.
Flitton's impressive. I mean, this kid he's made 2 field goals already and kicked the ball out of the end zone. A very impressive leg, and you can see he's got a lot of confidence in his skills.
He'll be kicking. He'll kick deep. Once again, this is going to go well in the end zone here. Not even any attempt to get that one. Not high particularly, but deep in the end zone. So there'll be no run back again. Juab will start 1st and down at the 20-yard line. Nephi Federal Credit Union serving residents longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The Nephi Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union. This is the Nephi Federal Credit Union 1st down now for Juab at their own 20 as they start their second possession.
Well, what a weapon Flinton is. I don't want to harp on that too much, but he's really kept the field position on Morgan's side so far. So a great weapon for Coach Christensen.
Right in at quarterback once again. He's going to roll to his left, looking back into the middle. He's going to be complete there. Threw it nice across the body. That's not an easy throw to make, especially when you're throwing it back behind you where you're at. But it's complete once again to number 22 out there. And number 22, Bodie Blackett, excuse me. And that'll be a pickup of about 7-6 on the play.
Yeah, Easton doing a great job there of getting his shoulders around. That is a very difficult throw to make back to your right when you're rolling left. Very accurate and a gain of 6 yards.
This time they'll come up there again. They'll have the tight slots. Excuse me. They got trips to the near side with a tight end formation. Across the formation motion, Blackett with it. He's going to be hit in the backfield, however, and taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss on the play there. As Bodie Blackett, there was nowhere to go for him there. Too much penetration by the Morgan Trojans.
Yeah, outside linebacker for Morgan, number 44, Colton Hansen, just doing a great job there of getting his pad level down and scraping to the edge and then cleaning the play up with the tackle on Blackett for a loss.
That'll bring up a third down now and about 7 from this vantage point. And they've got 3 receivers to the left hand side. Pass interception in the middle of the field. Picked off there by big number 44, rumbling down the sideline. And he'll be in the end zone. Touchdown, interception, pick 6 by number 44, Colton Hansen.
Well, Colton Hansen just made a big play on the edge, stopping the sweep, and comes right back and does an outstanding job of getting depth. He read pass early and got into the throwing lane, and then picks it off on the field side and rumbles in for a touchdown. But great play by number 44, Colton Hansen.
So Colton Hansen has now turned this thing around to where Juab now is trailing in the ball game. It's 12-8 right now, and Morgan will be in to kick an extra point once again. That's a game changer right there, that pick 6.
Well, in the playoffs, as we mentioned earlier in keys to the game, turnovers are going to play a big part of the outcome of this game. So not one that you want for the Wasp.
Kicker in now, Flitton up with it, and again, way, way high, plenty of depth, and that one's also good. So that'll make the score 13-8 now for the Morgan Trojans. Livingston Photography scoreboard check. And with 10 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the second quarter, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Got my ride at Carwise, and another great deal, and another great deal, another great deal is there. Hey, we're gonna get you approved, come on in today. Got my ride at Carwise, they can get you approved, and another great deal. Got my ride at Carwise. Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Come on in today. CarWiseUtah.com.
Looked like welcome back to Morgan, Utah. And again, in case you just missed it, the game complexity just changed in a hurry there with a pick 6 by big number 44, Colton Hansen of Morgan, as he picked it off at about the 30-yard line and rumbled it in for a touchdown for Morgan to put them ahead 13-8 now with 10:23 left here in the second quarter. And Juab will get it back now. Flitton back in to kick. The first 2 kicks he's made have been deep in the end zone, no return possibilities. And we'll see if he kicks it in there again. His leg will be getting tired here pretty soon. And that one's going to go even deeper into the end zone, looks like. Be caught there. It'll be caught there by Bowring, but he no chance to run that baby back out. And so it'll be 1st and 10 once again for the Juab Wasp at their own 10-yard line. In the first quarter, in a note of interest, Morgan threw it 11 times, 8 receptions for 71 yards. And in the first quarter, East and right for Juab was a perfect 7 for 7 for 65 yards. So actually 8 for 8 with the 2-point conversion included there. So a lot of passing here, not a lot of yardage on the ground yet. Under center now is right. He's going to drop back to pass, looking right. Pass is complete. Then the air. Whoa, ball knocked up in the air. It was included for Perry once again, Brigham Perry. And I think he tried to make his move just a little bit early.
Yeah, just the classic case of running before you actually have the ball in possession, and you want to get those hands up, catch the ball softly away from your pads, but the ball got on him a little quicker than he thought and turned upfield without it. So
and dangerously popped in the air, dangerously close to another interception there. And have to be careful of that. Juab has to get themselves back together here and make something happen big right here. Second down, back to pass, looking to the left, now back to right, now across the middle. Tipped again by number 44. He just about did it again, Colton Hansen. And he's just not seeing that big kid in the middle of the field. He's just not seeing him.
Yeah, Morgan's playing zone coverage here, and 44 Colton Hansen, just a very athletic linebacker, getting deep drops, and Easton not seeing him in coverage there. And Colton Hansen nearly making his second interception in 3 plays.
In a position that could have been another pick six.
Yes.
And he looks like a fairly big kid. I don't know how you don't see him, but somehow it doesn't look like they're seeing him. And he's just kind of a midfield rover back there. Right under center now, he'll put him back in motion across the formation. Going to fake the fly sweep. He's in trouble now. Got a little naked screen to this near side. Caught there by Bowring, going to come down the sideline, and he's going to be down to about the 40-yard line. And I called it a naked screen because he faked the fly sweep, rolled to the outside, didn't have any blockers, but made the most of it. Nice job by Bowring.
Well, just when you need it, Coach Bowring, his dad, draws up a play like that, and we can count on Coach Bowring every now and then when needed, and it was needed sorely there. Dials up a naked screen throwback and gets Cade out in space and picks up a huge first down, more than anything to get some momentum back.
Nephi Federal Credit Union, the first down of 18 yards on that play, giving them the first down at the 38-yard line. Naked backfield, quick pitch to a man in motion across the formation. That's Blackett. He's hitting the backfield once again, just not able to get around that end, making the play out there. Nice job coming up from the secondary. Brennan Sanders to stop that play with mild gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, Morgan there stacking the box, 7-8 guys inside the box, and essentially, just saying you're not going to run the ball on us. Very difficult to block with that many guys coming upfield. So we've got a long 2nd and 8 here.
They are reacting up quick out of those secondary spots. As one of Bowring's got that pitch pass.
He does have that in the repertoire. We've seen that before, Coach.
Naked again. Most of the receivers to the right-hand side. Ooh, ball about knocked down, but it is complete to Perry with a lot of blockers in front of him. Perry's able to pick up a few yards out there. And I said, ooh, because the defensive end just about swatted that thing.
Yeah, those little spot passes are dangerous, especially if the outside linebacker or safety read it and get in the throwing lane. Luckily there, Brigham Perry able to make the catch for a short gain.
Only pick up of about 2 on the play, so still minimal on the play there. Be a third down now and about 6. Empty backfield once again. Pressure on the play. Floats one out to the outside. It's going to be completed about the 45-yard line, but taken down quickly on the play. Number 30 for Morgan on making the play out there to stop any further gain. That's Ethan Wheeler. And it'll bring up a 4th down and about 3, but back in their own territory. It looks like they're going to elect a punt here.
Well, I think this is the right decision for Coach Bowring to punt here and play field position. Easton did a great job there of avoiding the sack, but overall I think Coach has got to be happy with Juab moving the sticks this far. Great job on the right side of the O-line by David Phillips and Rylan Watts there as well.
And Juab was able to move it out of the shadow of their own end zone, so they'll be able to flip the position here with a good punt and change the field position rather than having to punt from down inside your end zone. So back to receive number 12 for Morgan. Bad snap. He's able to save it, though, and gets a good kick off as there's no pressure. And the ball will bounce at about the 25-yard line. Nice bounce for Juab. It'll go down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Morgan Trojans. So a couple of good breaks on that punt right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Zach Cowan, the punter there, just makes a heck of a play. The snap's above his head, makes an athletic play to catch it, and then get the kickoff to really save a disaster there and get the yards on the punt that he did to flip the field. So
didn't look like Morgan had any kind of a a block set up on that thing. So luckily for him, they had plenty of time to get the kick away. So Morgan now with it, their 3rd possession. Going to hand off to the back of the backfield, straight up the middle, number 32 for Morgan, and he'll break up the middle. Trevor Jarrett, he'll make a pickup across the 20, about 3 on the play.
Number 55, Blake Mangelson, in on the tackle, as well as number 25, Clarence Cool for the Wasp.
So, again, it's across the 20 of Juab, at the 21-yard line. 2nd Back to pass, looking right. He's got a receiver. He ran the back around the outside, but the back never looked back. Pass went right behind him, and he did have a blocker out there. That was a potentially big play right there, but the back never looked back. Didn't know the ball was coming.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there by the Trojans, but pressure there by number 60, Bladen Fowkes, doing a great job, right in the face of Thackeray to force that bad throw.
Be a third down now and long. Third down at about 7 from the 21. Again, they'll run 2 receivers to each side and a single setback behind Thackeray. Now he's going to spread his receivers out, giving some last-minute instructions to the running back. Snap is back. Looking left, looking left. He's got some room to run. He's going to go deep now down the sideline. Too big for everybody there, as Perry was in great position there defensively and just way too big for anybody. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 7 now, and I would assume they'll kick from here.
I'm guessing Coach Christensen looks like the punt team's on the field. Blake Mangelson there coming off the edge again, getting inside leverage and getting pressure on Thackeray to force the throw. And Brigham Perry once again doing an outstanding job on the coverage on the near side here on the sideline.
So that'll bring up, again, like I say, 4th down. It's going to give Juab pretty good field position, too, as Morgan unable to move the ball in the 3 downs that they had. So you got Bowring sitting at about his own 40-yard line to receive this punt. The punt is back, and it's a high end-over-end punt. It's going to hit at about the 45, take a huge bounce for for Morgan, and go clear inside the 30 to the 29. And, Rick, what's the first rule for a punt return?
You got to come up and catch that unless it's going to go over your head. Right there, it just changed 20 to 30 yards of field position. So I'm sure Cade, if he had it back, would come up and field that. But a break for Morgan to see the ball bounce.
That's one thing that you try to stress is even if you make no yardage whatsoever on the return, you would have saved 15 yards right there by catching the ball. And he had room to do it, but decisions. He felt differently about it than we did. So Juab with it, 1st and 10 at the 29. Quick pass to the outside to Bowring. Tries to make a move, slips and falls down. So even though it's completed, it'll be a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, a little slip screen to the left side, and Juab had some blocking set up near the numbers on the sideline, but Bowring just lost his footing there for a loss, so we've got a 2nd and about 11.
Yep. And everything went so smoothly for Juab on that first drive of drive and a half, and then, things now kind of not clicking quite as smoothly as they were before. You make a nice pass completion and lose a yard on the play. Under center with the I formation behind him is right. Now they'll put Bodie Blackett in motion to the right side. Now he'll come back to the left side and take the handoff around the outside end. He's got some room there, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds finally, but a nice pickup of about 6 or 7 there before he gets knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Bodie Blackett showing his speed, as we mentioned in the pregame there, getting to the edge, setting up a 3rd down, and Wheeler for Morgan closing fast and making the tackle.
Come back up quickly. They've got tight wide receivers, tight slots to both sides. Quick drop back. He's going to pass it out in the flat. Quick move there. And that's Bowring as he beats one tackle, fights through the containment of another tackle, and leans forward to about the 38-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and short from the 38. Nice effort. 3rd down and 1, it looks like, from here.
They're going to be
4th and 1. I apologize.
Like Coach Bowring, looks like the punt team is on the field, and Juab's going to attempt to flip the field again with a punt here. Maybe not. Let's see.
Morgan is staying up tight. They're not back in punt reception formation. Now Juab will run their punter back there, number 87, the punter, Colin Robertson, is that back deep to kick for the Wasps. And Morgan still with nobody deep. That's like they expect some kind of a fake here, but they do get the kickoff. It's going to hit at about the 40 and roll down to the 30. Inside the 20. So Morgan thinking that there was some kind of
not sure, other than Colin traditionally runs the rugby style punt where he's going to roll out to the right, and then if the defense doesn't come up, he's going to take advantage and run. So maybe they saw something in the scouting report there that they were going to hold all 11 up to the line of scrimmage, but obviously you don't get a return back if you don't put anybody back to return it.
And once again, the result of the roll was again about another 15 yards. So Morgan will have it once again now. The spread formation. Thackeray still at quarterback, looking over the defense. Back to pass. He's got a man across the middle, but he wasn't looking. The pass is incomplete. Only one that was able to catch that was the official, and he wasn't looking either, as I think the ball hit him.
Yeah, Ty Durbin there and Ryland Watts both getting pressure on Thackeray and forcing him to make an early throw. A little bit on his back feet there. We've seen him all game, very accurate and very tall in the pocket, but that time the pressure got to him a little bit, and the throw was offline.
We talked about in the first quarter the accuracy, 7 for 7 for Juab from passing and 8 for 11 for Morgan. Here in the second quarter, it hasn't been quite as good as I don't have that Thackeray has completed a pass yet in the second quarter. He has now, as the pass is complete to the right-hand side once again to number 5, Jack Cameron, and that'll be a completion. It'll get it across the 25-yard line, out to the 28-yard line. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Well, you see Morgan's offensive line doing a great job there and giving Thackeray a pocket to really get up on that front foot and get over the top of his throw, get his hips through, and drive on the throw, and making a nice tight spiral to his wide receiver for a big gain.
Running plays back and forth. They'll run Dylan Sperry into the ball game with the play. He'll come to the left-hand side in the slot with Herd. Thackeray at the quarterback. Now they'll send a motion across, hand off to the back inside, up the middle. Oh, and a nice job forcing forward. He's going to get plenty for the 1st down as he's up across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That's a nice job by number 32 of Morgan, Trevor Jarrett.
Yeah, number 3, Big Shan Jackson, there in the middle making a saving tackle.
Hand off to Jarrett again, up the middle once again. He's going to spin and come forward across the 40 down to about the 41. As they just kind of going power straight ahead now. Juab's going to run some bigger kids in that middle, looks like. To get a little bit more size in the middle.
Dominic Davidson for the Wasp there making the tackle again with Shan on the assist.
Another 5-yard gain for Morgan. They come quickly to the line, back to pass, looking left. He's got a receiver going deep. And Juab is in position. They need to look back.
Yeah, if Perry turns around right there, he may have a play on the ball, but it's a little bit too late. Ball's underthrown a little bit too. We're running a corner out here. Thackeray wants to get more air under that, and it's just a little bit underthrown and incomplete, but definitely an opportunity for Juab there for a possible play.
3rd down and 5, and the Juab players are letting the receivers get past them, and then when they turn to run, they're not looking back for the ball.
You know, that's that key, teaching your defensive backs to stay hip to hip, right? Turn back when the receiver turns back.
Yep. And Morgan with it, 3rd and 5 now. They've got an isolation on the top-hand side. If he wants to look that way, again, he's looking to his left. It's going to be a nice pass and a nice catch. Again, when you're in trouble, who do you go to? You go to Herd, and Herd makes a nice catch at the 50-yard line, where it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Morgan Trojans.
Well, that's just a case there of a couple of guys that you can see play together. The chemistry, the ball is on time, the receiver turns, and the ball's in the air before the break.
Quick pitch to the outside, hit immediately in the backfield. Good play by number 55 for Juab High School, Blake Mengelson, and made the hit quickly on that play.
Well, as I said earlier, you know, Blake really has a great skill set on the edge. He's just one of those classic pro ends. He's tall and long and is very explosive on the edge and does a great job there of blowing that play up and taking Morgan back now for a loss. We've got a 2nd and about 15.
They line up in the spread formation once again. Thackeray fakes the quick pass. He's looking deep once again. He's got a receiver out there. Oh, and he got a hand on that play. No flag is called. And I think right there, Brigham Perry got away with one there.
Well, Brigham Perry does an excellent job this time. He does get his head around and he's in position. But he does put his hand out on the receiver's shoulder. But you know that's the case in football.
You can tell what side of the stadium we're on right now.
That's right. we know where the press box is.
Yeah.
Well, it stays 3rd and 15.
If the flag doesn't get thrown, it never happened, right?
That's right.
3rd now and 15 for Morgan. Rob Zaki's got another receiver across the middle. Now it is complete to number 22. Hit and going to be dropped not quite enough for a first down. Pass is complete to Adam Buck. And it'll be a pickup of about 14. It's going to leave him just a little bit short here of the first down.
We've got some laundry on the field, though. It looks like it's in the holding area, so we'll see what the flag is. But, yeah, great throw and catch there. Thackeray on the money again.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon.
Where it's spotted without the penalty, it's still a little bit short. So we'll see what the officials have to say here.
Actually going to be about 2 yards short of the first down here, but I think if you're Juab, you probably take this penalty.
Yeah, you always, as a receiver, you want to catch that ball, especially on a dig route or an in route beyond the sticks. And he caught it just in front, and Juab secondary does a great job there of closing quickly and making the play before he gets to the stick.
Now they're marking this off. Personal foul. Use of the head against Juab. That's a long ways back there for that flag had to be. The flag was back at the 44-yard line of Morgan. The play ended at the 40-yard line. They marked off 1 yard. I guess if they mark it off from the line of scrimmage, though, that's where it would have been.
Right.
So they're assuming that was the play didn't happen, the penalty against Juab.
Well, and I know as football fans we get upset with these calls, but in today's game, officials are just trying to protect the players. You see it at the NFL and college level as well. More flags than I've ever seen before when it comes to use of the head in the game of football, so not a surprise.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 now. First down, Nephi Federal Credit Union, first down for Morgan inside Juab's territory at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left here now in the second quarter. Quick pass outside, number 5 on the play. Once again, Jack Cameron with the reception. It'll be a pickup of about 3-4 yards on the play.
So this is one of those little games in the game, right? We see Thacker, which tells Cameron to just run a little inside hitch, so he's side adjusting to the play to take advantage of what Juab's defense is giving him.
Be a second down now and 6. Thackeray making some adjustments with his receivers on the left-hand side. Now he'll take the snap, drop back, looking left. Now he's got some room to run. He steps up, throws the ball deep to Herd, and a good catch by Herd on the outside. And it'll be down about the 20-yard line. You know, in that side adjustment by moving his receivers gave him more time and more area on the outside to be able to make that move.
Yeah, Thackeray doing an outstanding job there, stepping up in the pocket and feeling the pass rush go by him, and then moving it up into the pocket and actually throwing on the run to his left. Herd making a great cut back to the ball for a deep gain.
So Morgan on the advance once again. They moved the ball down to the 20-yard line, actually the 19-yard line of Juab. And they have a 1st and 10 there. Back to throw, looking to left once again. Once again, he has room to run. He's going to go deep into the end zone. Some hand fighting going on there back there by both the receiver and the defender. And the ball is going to be overthrown anyway and out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, great pressure there by Rylan Watts up the middle and getting Thackeray a little bit on his back foot. Anytime Thackeray can step up and get on that front foot without pressure, he's deadly accurate. But when Juab does get pressure, that time Watts was able to kind of get in his face and throw the errant pass to the back of the end zone.
So it'll be second down now and 10 from the 19-yard line. So 1 minute and 11 seconds left here in the half. 13-8 for Morgan. Deep drop by the quarterback, rolling to his outside to the right-hand side. He's going to be hit and taken down there, but maybe a loss. Definitely no gain on the play, and he stays in bounds, which will take time off the clock. But now there'll be a timeout call by Juab, I believe. We'll take a timeout. They're trying to save some time, possibly. That's a Drube used cars timeout, making the vehicle buying process simple, stress-free, and affordable at Drube. Used cars, you get world-class service with a hometown feeling. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center, where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
Welcome back to Morgan High School. As we're 55 seconds left, and Juab calls a timeout. Morgan has a 3rd down and 11 from the 20-yard line. A score of interest that we had early in the game. Richfield ahead of Summit Academy 7-6. Good job for Richfield there as they try to take down the #1 team in the 3A state in that quarterfinal football game. We'll again try and bring you some updates, Westland Electrical score updates as they become available to us.
Well, on that play before the break there, Big Bladen Fowkes chases Thackeray into a sack by Carter Shepard. So big play here, 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11. Once again, Thackeray gives a hand signal outside to Herd, the receiver. He's going to go out there to Herd, and it's going to be in and out of his hands. It would not have been enough for a first. Would have moved the ball down about the 12-yard line, but it'll be incomplete out there to Herd. And like you've mentioned several times, a lot of hand signals between those two. They know what they're talking about. And that'll be 4th down now, and they'll bring their kicker in, Flitton, who has been perfect thus far on 2 field goals and extra points, and his kickoffs have been magnificent into the end zone. So Flitton in to kick.
He's proven himself so far. He's been deadly accurate, and I don't expect him to miss here. He's been on all day.
Holding on the play, number 4, Carson Christensen. This is going to be blocked, however, by a nice rush by Juab. They'll pick it up and try to advance it, but it'll be smothered there right about the line of scrimmage. So that kick was no good.
What a play by number 25, Clarence Cool there. Juab sets up a little double team on the defensive side, and that allows Cool to come through the edge and get his paws on enough ball to knock it down. You can see on the replay there, a great block attempt by Juab. And really, Juab needs this right here. They need a momentum change and a shift, and you know, sometimes a block kick can do it. So let's see what the Wasps can do with the turnover right here.
I think the ball then was also picked up by Clarence Cooley. He tried to advance it but wasn't able to get much yardage out of it. But good play by Juab there. One of the plays of the game, Big O Tires player of the game right there. Handoff inside to number 20. That's going to go nowhere for Juab. Number 20, Braden Pay, and he's going to lose 2 yards on the play.
And center for Juab, number 60, Bladen Fowkes there in hand-to-hand combat with number 77 for Morgan. And those two have been going at it all game right there, and Morgan got the best of him that time.
So 14 seconds left to go here in the half, and they'll line up in the offset eye. Power formation to the right-hand side. Pitch behind that. Fake the reverse. Kept by Blackett. Excuse me, is that
Bowring?
Bowring on the outside. He's going to get it across and out of bounds. With 2 seconds left, he'll get it across the 20-yard line out to about the 20. They're going to mark at the 25, or are they going to go back to about the 23-yard line? So a pickup of 5 yards on the play for Bowring.
My guess this deep in Juab territory, Coach Bowring will run the ball here, or just take a knee and run the clock out and get to halftime. It'd be, my opinion, would be unwise to try to throw something here this deep. So
that's one of those things.
You never say never, though, yeah. Right?
If it works and it go all the way for a touchdown, you are the hero and you are a genius. And if it doesn't, they want your head on a platter. Yeah, this is one of those plays. So they'll line up in an empty backfield right now. Doesn't mean they won't bring somebody back across. They're going to go with the knee down, and that'll be the end of it. So at the end of the first half, the score 13-8 for the Morgan Trojans, and it's been quite a half. We'll be back in just a moment with the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show.
It's time to supercharge your internet with the fastest speeds in the area from Centracom. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by Centra Wi-Fi, our whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Call or click Centracom.com to supercharge your internet today.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance is the type of agent that makes a difference by offering United Insurance. Based in Utah, United Underwriters Insurance understands the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. Call Security Insurance 435-623-2590. The trail is calling. Every turn, hill, and fallen log is screaming your name. And you're ready because you have the right type of power and agility to answer the call. Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi. Our family is serving your family for over 50 years. The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab high schools. Materion Natural Resources in Delta, Utah, advocating education and athletic competition in our Millard County communities. Materion is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materion offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools. Materion Natural Resources.
Campus life at Snow College is awesome. On our small, friendly residential campus, you can participate in fun student life events, join student clubs, and cheer on our nationally ranked athletic teams. And if you want adventure, you can find about every outdoor activity imaginable just minutes from campus. Come check out Snow College and see why it's one of the best two-year schools in the nation at snow.edu.
No matter how you connect, Centricom delivers fast, reliable internet and powerful whole-home mesh Wi-Fi throughout your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect with Centra Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or click Centricom.com to upgrade your internet today.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. We've got the Pro Vita from Juab High School on the field right now doing their routine. I'm sure they'll be followed up by Morgan High School's groups when this is done. Again, playoff action here between the Morgan Trojans, the home team, and the Juab Wasps. And at halftime, it is 13-8. Jones and DeMille Engineering sponsors the halftime show, and champions are propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Your local award-winning engineering firm is Jones and DeMille Engineering. Interesting, like I said, 13-8. I thought you had a first quarter that was it was fun to watch. Everything was working good for both teams. The second quarter kind of broke down on both sides and kind of got a little, I don't know, sloppy and maybe poorly played at times.
Well, you can see the coaching that takes place and affects on a game like this. In the first quarter, both teams moving up and down the field really at will and not much defense. And then all of a sudden in the second quarter, both coaches start to make adjustments, start to get a little more pressure. And as we mentioned, you know, in a playoff game, it really does come down to the turnover battle. And Juab with one mistake, an interception by Colton Hansen by Morgan, and runs it back in for the touchdown. And that's the difference right now at 13-8.
And you know, a lot more to be played. I'm sure coaches are making adjustments right now. These are two good coaches that will make, I'm sure, a lot of changes and adaptations to what they're doing, trying to pick on what they felt like was done to them in the first half. And you know, that's where you get paid your big bucks, right?
You know, and you got to give credit to both teams. It starts in the trenches, and in a game like this, you've got to be able to protect and run the football, and both teams are very well coached and very well played. And you know, for Juab, David Phillips, Blake Mangelson, Dominic Davidson, and Bladen Fowkes on the offensive line. Those guys don't get the credit they deserve, but you know, they accepted the challenge and weathered the storm. And you know, this is a tight game. This is playoff football, 13-8 at halftime. I think if you're a Juab fan, you got to be happy with that. So a lot of football left to be played.
In a real quickly, Westland Electrical score update, we've got a couple. Early Richfield was ahead of Summit Academy. They are now down to Summit Academy, 21-14. And so that's kind of a reverse of fortunes there for Richfield Summit Academy. And also North Summit still ahead of Union. Last week it had as 21-7. In the 2A, you have Beaver and Delta playing in a very close ball game. Beaver was up early. Now it's Delta 8, Beaver 7. So again, playoff action, quarterfinals, that game being played in Delta. So We'll try and get other scores to you as we can. Again, whether it's industrial or residential, if you want expertise in electrical and data networking systems, trust the experience of Westland Electrical. Thank you for that score update, Westland Electrical. We'll take another quick break, and then we'll be back with more Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
Azomite Mineral Products in Nephi is using a unique deposit to create fertilizers and as a feed ingredient for customers all over the world. Research has indicated its potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite is excited to be part of the Nephi community and supports Juab High School athletics.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy, sell, and haul alfalfa hay. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve at Stevens Feed in Holden.
Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Got my ride at Carwise, and another great deal, and another great deal, another great deal is there. Hey, we're gonna get you approved, come on in today. Got my ride at Carwise, they can get you approved, and another great deal. Got my ride at Carwise. Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Come on in today. CarWiseUtah.com.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
It's time to supercharge your internet with the fastest speeds in the area from Centracom. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by Centra Wi-Fi, our whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Call or click Centracom.com to supercharge your internet today.
Welcome back once again to Morgan High School. Again, Dennis Aldridge and Rick Robbins bringing you the action here. We are at halftime, the Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show. Jones and DeMille supporting local programs in academics and athletic achievement. Building relationships and working passionately is a winning combination. Jones and DeMille. Quickly, with a all-around dental stat check. These are totally unofficial as I've tried to keep those during the half. As I mentioned, the first quarter, Juab quarterback Wright went 7 for 7 for 65 yards for a touchdown and also a two-point conversion. He couldn't miss. Second quarter not quite so good, but still not bad, as he only throws really one incomplete and one interception. We'll put him 12 for 13 for 91 total yards passing in that first half. That's not bad. That really not bad at all, except for the one turnover. On the rushing yards, though, for both teams, it's pretty dismal. First quarter for Juab was 3 for 16 yards. In the whole first half, they're 8 for about 24 yards, 25 yards. Not a lot of yards on the ground, but again, they're passing. The rushing is to kind of keep the passing, the pass coverage a little bit in check. For the Morgan side, Morgan, he was 8 of 11 for 71 yards in the first quarter. The second quarter, I've got him 4 of 12 for 42 yards. Overall, 12 of 23 for 114 yards. Again, as you mentioned off air, extremely close statistically. Running, they've run it a few more times. They had 6 runs in the first quarter, 5 runs in the second quarter, and they end up with 11 rushing for 28 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. So again, the rushing is abysmal for both teams here, but that's not what makes them click. It's the passing that makes them click. They do have a field goal of 32 yards, a field goal of 29 yards, another attempted field goal that was blocked, and the one big play was the interception for 44 yards, of number 44, and he went for 40 yards for that interception return. On the penalty form, we have 2 penalties is all that was called, and that would be 2 penalties against Juab, 1 for pass interference and 1 for head-to-head contact, and so that's a loss of 30 yards on the play. So overall, extremely close statistically speaking, and that's an all-around dental care stat check. Now, you've got some interesting keys of the game that you'd like to mention.
Well, I think, first off, very well-played game. Both teams very physical, making plays. Great coaches always want to take away the run first, right? That's what we always hear is the opponent's not going to run on us.
Not anymore.
Right?
Let's take away the pass.
And today, they have stopped the run, and so it starts there. For Morgan, Flitton definitely been a weapon. He's flipped the field all day long. I mean, a great kicker and held Juab in poor field position, so you got to take a look at that. But the other part of it, if you take the touchdown return on the interception away, this is a 6-8 ball game. So very well played by both teams. Got to give some credit to Juab's defensive line to stop the run and get the pressure when they can. Thackeray obviously is a great quarterback and going to make throws, but Bladen Fowkes, Brock Crippen, Clarence Kuhl, Blake Mangelson, and Zach Canfield, and Rylan Watts, all those guys up front have done a good job of getting pressure when they can and in big plays and in big moments to keep Morgan off just a little bit off balance when needed. But this is very even. This game is, in my opinion, is going to go right down to the wire.
And a big key to the game right there that you mentioned is, that the defensive line for Juab, and that's probably why he was less accurate in that second quarter, is because they began to ramp up the pressure and did not let him sit back there and throw the ball like he did in the first quarter. And so they put some real pressure on him. And Flitton, he might be the big O-Tire player of the game right now. As like you said, he's got 7 of the 13 points right now are Flitton's.
One
touchdown.
What a weapon for Coach Christensen. It's rare to see a high school kid that can kick the ball with that kind of distance and accuracy. There's lots of high school kids that can kick a ball a long ways, but Flitton really drives the ball with accuracy. You can see it in his confidence when he kicks the ball. He expects to make it, and he's made 2 field goals, had 1 block, but I expect him to be a part of the outcome here as well.
Once again, this game was picked as a 4-point difference by Perry's Power Guide, and again, that's Perry, when they put that thing together, they used several different statistical variations to try and put that information together to come up with the differences between teams. Morgan with a 62.0, Juab a 57.2. So the difference they're saying here is a 4.8-point spread, and right now we've got a 5-point spread. So that's pretty close right now.
Yeah, very even, and Perry's Power Guide usually is pretty accurate. He's dead on today. So I look for a lot of the same in the second half. I expect Easton Wright to come out and continue to throw underneath the coverage, take what they give him, maybe take a few shots down the field to Perry, and Bodie Shepard continue to run the ball, try to get control of the clock, and make this a close game down the wire, and hopefully Juab can come out on top with a win.
And that's where both of them had some success, and both of them used the short, then tried to go long, and both of them narrowly missed on those long passes for long touchdowns, and you draw that defense up. So we appreciate once again Jones & DeMille Engineering, and we'll go back to studio. Both teams are not back on the field, so there'll be 3 minutes when Juab gets back on the field, and we'll be back with more of the Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime show and some keys to the game for the second half.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance is the type of agent that makes a difference by offering United Insurance. Based in Utah, United Underwriters Insurance understands the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. Call Security Insurance 435-623-2590. The trail is calling. Every turn, hill, and fallen log is screaming your name. And you're ready because you have the right type of power and agility to answer the call. Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi. Our family is serving your family for over 50 years. The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools. Materion Natural Resources in Delta, Utah, advocating education and athletic competition in our Millard County communities. Materion is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materion offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools. Materion Natural Resources.
Campus life at Snow College is awesome. On our small, friendly residential campus, you can participate in fun student life events, join student clubs, and cheer on our nationally ranked athletic teams. And if you want adventure, you can find about every outdoor activity imaginable just minutes from campus. Come check out Snow College and see why it's one of the best two-year schools in the nation at snow.edu.
Jones and DeMille applauds the teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. Okay, Coach Rick, what adjustments would you make?
Well, as mentioned earlier,
Put you on the spot.
I think if I'm Coach Christensen, I want to get that momentum back that they had in the first quarter and try to put pressure on Juab's defense and get on the board quickly. I think the longer this game goes and drags on and the closer it becomes and the tighter it becomes, I don't really think Morgan has been in that situation that often this season, and so I would say that favors Juab in that case. And for the Wasp, I think it comes down to one singular thing, and that is no turnovers. In the 3 losses during the middle of the season that really hurt Juab, in every one of those games there were costly turnovers that really made the difference. And so I know Coach Bowring's going to try to execute their offense, keep the ball underneath the coverage, take a shot when he can, but it's key that they keep Morgan's offense off the field. And I expect this to be just as Perry's power guide says. It's probably going to come down to a 4-point game or less. So we'll see.
They used to say that you had to, in order to win a close game, you had to win one and you had to lose one. So you knew how to do both and how to get it done. And so, like you said, Juab has had adversity looking them in the face all year long. And so possibly this is when that comes to fruition here. You certainly hope so for the Juab kids and see what happens here. And if Morgan has not faced that, how will they react to adversity should it come their way? So we appreciate that. The keys of the game, the stat check, and the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. We won't even talk about Flitton's kickoff as it's a low line drive and goes clear out of the end zone, so we can keep talking here. But again, we do appreciate all of those that helped sponsor this game today, and we appreciate the sponsors in the local towns and all that they do. Snow College for the pregame show, Jones and DeMille Engineering for the halftime show. Coming up at the determination of the game, we'll have the Sunrise Engineering postgame show also. Here once again, Dennis Aldridge and Rick Robbins bringing you the action. And Juab will have the ball first. They will start first down at their 20-yard line as once again Flitton doesn't even give anybody a chance for a return on anything when he kicks it. They've got 4 receivers to the left-hand side and 1 to the right. Dropping back to pass. They're going to throw the isolation pattern down the sideline, and he's going to go down, looks out with one hand. They're going to call it incomplete. Good coverage there by number 21, and that is Bowen Saunders. And that was stride for stride. I thought Perry was going to get that one, though.
Yeah, that was set up to be a big play there. Juab goes empty backfield, and then Easton goes down the right sideline, near side, and makes a great throw. And Brigham was right there, but Morgan with a great defensive play, and it looks like we've got a holding call, so that's going to set Juab back for a first and a mile here.
Did not see that flag. It's good that they don't get the full 15. Well, they get a 10-yard mark off. It'll be back to 10-yard line, so it'll be first down over again, so that play never happened. First down and 20 now, but it's the terrible place to have a first down and anything longer than 10 down there at the 10-yard line in the shadow of your own goalpost. Once again, they isolate Perry on the outside. This time he breaks containment, but he got a safety over the top. Scramble by the quarterback. He finally gives it off to Bowring. Bowring down the left-hand side alone. Got one man to beat. Number 16 finally takes him down, but not before he gets across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That's a great scramble and a great find by the quarterback right, and a good job of running once he gets his hands on it by Bowring.
Well, you see here on the replay, Easton keeping his head up here, stepping up in the pocket, does an excellent job here of keeping his eyes downfield, and then finds Bowring on the crossing route. Cade making a great catch and a huge play for the Wasp there.
The only thing that stopped that from being a touchdown is number 16 for Morgan, Jay Kerrigan, had a bit of an angle on him. Otherwise, Bowring runs all the way to the end zone. And again, like you said, the scramble and being able to find Bowring coming across the middle, that was a great play there, a great scramble play by Juab. Now they'll go with an I formation. They're going to fake that, fake the handoff coming around, scramble once again, quarterback in trouble, floats it out there. Oh, almost intercepted. That was not a good find that time as he floated a ball that was over the first receiver in front of the second receiver, and Juab had a hand, or Morgan had a hand on it, but not able to come down with it.
Well, Easton there on the play fake on the waggle play to his right, looking for Jaden Valtinson downfield, but just hesitates enough, and anytime you're on a rollout like that, you always want to come to run and continue the play. Usually when you stop up as a quarterback like that on a rollout, pursuit's going to catch up to you, and that time they got just enough pressure on Easton, and he got a little bit uncomfortable, and the ball nearly picked off.
If he'd thrown it to the inside, the front receiver, that he was more wide open, and that up front receiver was Braden Pay. Back to pass once again, fake the quick one, forced out of the pocket, going to his left, looking, he's got a receiver behind everybody. The play is out there, it's going to be come down, and they're going to say it's incomplete, or is it intercepted? Incomplete in the end zone. And again, a little bit underthrown. Looked like it was going to be a great play, but just not enough mustard on it. Knocked down by Morgan.
That time for Morgan, number 73, Tafui Fanua, getting pressure on Easton right there, has to escape and scramble to his left, making a very difficult downfield throw. Juab's receiver was behind the defense, but you've got to really have some mustard on that throw to make a throw that far.
Trey Lund was the intended receiver, just a sophomore, and had he come back to the ball a little bit too, you either get the reception or you get the interference call. He'll learn that. Back to pass out of the shotgun, fakes it one way. Now he's getting pressure. Screen inside, given off to Bowring. Bowring across the 30-yard line. He'll be taken down at about the 30, maybe the 29. That should be enough for a first down. Again, Bowring coming to the save of the quarterback right. Comes back to the middle, gets the ball, moves it ahead to the 29-yard line.
Well, great job there on the screenplay by Bladen Fowkes, Dominic Davidson, David Phillips, and Blake Mangelson. The offensive line, they're really doing a good job of setting the screen up. You can see on the replay there, allowing the defensive lineman to filter through and then getting downfield.
Juab up in a tight formation. Fake the end around, fake the handoff inside. Got receivers deep. Can he get the ball to him? And it's going to fall in between both receivers. It looked like that Carter Shepard. One roster has them first name first, last name, and then the other one has it last name, first name. Anyway, he looked like he was coming back to the ball, but he thought the ball was to the other receiver and stopped and let it drop in between.
Well, we had a problem there. The route combination, we had two receivers almost side by side, and you know when that occurs that something's gone wrong in the combination.
So it'll be second down now and 10. Rolling to his left once again. Rolling. Got some time. Goes across the middle. Finds the receiver there. Beats one tackle. Breaks it. Flick back to the left. He's going to move it down inside the 10-yard line. This is a great drive for Juab as they're down inside the 10. And we have another Nephi Federal Credit Union first down at the 10-yard line.
Well, that time the offensive line, Davidson and Mangelson setting the edge for Easton, doing a fantastic job there of breaking containment and then throwing back across the field to Dallin West. So another big catch by Dallin to get himself into the game for a big pickup and a first down there for the Wasps. It looks like we've got a first and goal now from the 10.
So it is. They're going to put it just inside the 10 or at the 10. So first and goal for Juab. This is a tremendous drive by Juab Wasp. When we talked about measuring up and coming up against adversity and how you do it. Right now, they're getting it done. And Wright doing a great job of throwing on the run as he's had to move every pocket every time. And maybe that's the strategy for the second half. And just as I say that, he makes a bad throw out there attempted to throw that ball to number 22, Bodie Black. It is just too big for him and over his hands.
Well, you know, as a quarterback, you're always taught when you throw on the run, you don't lead the receiver. Your momentum and the momentum of the receiver, you just throw it to the target, and the ball will carry itself. That time, you could see Easton just held up on the throw a little bit and overthrew really an easy pass that he completes 99% of the time.
Well stated by Rick Robbins. As many of you know, Rick Robbins, a great athlete, played 4 years for Southern Utah University, started all 4 years, and still holds a number of records down there at Southern U. So he knows what he's talking about. Juab up in a tight formation. Again, fake the handoff, fake the end around. Got the receiver wide open in the end zone. Is he in bounds? Oh, he goes in the air, comes down out of bounds. Wide open in the back of the end zone, number 14, Brigham Perry, but he just didn't trail that foot.
Well, let's on the replay here, we take a look at it. The ball's coming down here in slow motion. You can see if he gets a foot down, it looks like he may have got a foot but did not have control of the ball as he went out of bounds. So a good call there by the officials. But a nice play there by Juab, and Coach Bowring dialing up a pass there to the end zone. So we'll see what he's got here on 3rd and goal.
Got him wide open, and just that close to the lead once again for Juab now. 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Juab still trailing, but they are on the door here at 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line under center. Now he put the back in motion. Penalty flag flies before the play is set off. So is this an offsides on Juab is clapping. This could be an offsides penalty against Morgan. Oh, what a mistake that would be.
Yeah, it looks like Morgan lines up in the neutral zone there. It looks like we are going to have an offsides. Probably a defensive tackle or a defensive lineman with their nose in the neutral zone and not checking where the ball's at. And, yeah, that's a tough call. Coach Christensen's not going to be happy about that.
Two things now. It puts you 5 yards closer to the end zone, but defensively it also compresses the end zone so the receivers don't have as much room to work behind. So
works both ways.
Yeah, works both ways.
And can change your play call. I mean, you can see Coach Bowring may have just changed the play because of the penalty.
They do come up once again in that tight formation to the right side. All the receivers to the right side tight. Fake the end around once again. Pressure on the quarterback. He's on the retreat. He just lofts it in the air. And it's going to be an interception by Morgan. The only Juab player in the vicinity was an offensive lineman, and he knew he couldn't touch it, so he didn't try to catch it and allowed Morgan to step in front and receive it. An interception by Morgan.
Well, a lot of credit there to number 42, Dexter Gilson, for Morgan. Right into Easton's face early in the play, and Easton not able to get anything on the ball, and really the ball's being thrown up for grabs there, and Morgan comes down with a huge stop defensively.
He did have a receiver, number 5, deeper in the thing, but going the way he did, he just did not have enough muster to get that ball to him. So it's a bad ending to a mighty fine drive by the Juab Wasps. Morgan takes over, and on 1st down, they'll hand that ball off and come through the left-hand side and pick up of about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Running on the play, number 24 for Morgan.
Ryland Watts there for Juab at inside linebacker making the stop.
Fly sweep across the formation, the hands of number 22. He's going to be hit out there and taken down in the backfield for a loss, and that's Mangelson, I believe, out there on the outside, and that'll be a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, you're just not going to run against Blake Mangelson. We've seen this all season from him. He's just too strong and has too much leverage, and for Wasp fans, he's just a junior. He's going to be back another year, so outstanding defensive play there by Mangelson.
And a chance to fill out that big frame, put a few more pounds on. He could really be a rock star out there. And they do move him around on that defensive line, don't they?
Yeah, you can see him now down at D tackle.
Back to pass, looking on the across the middle, and it got Herd there. Herd sets down in that zone once again, and Mangelson throws, not Mangelson, excuse me, but Thackeray almost throws that without even looking because he knows Herd's going to be there.
Yeah, just such great chemistry between Thackeray and Herd. You see Herd there sitting down on the hitch route, and Thackeray letting the ball go with pressure in his face, but he knows exactly where his big target and favorite receiver is going to be, and we watched them play pitch and catch all day today.
Another D5 Federal Credit Union 1st down. Gives Morgan the 1st down at the 19-yard line as they move out from underneath the goalposts. Back to pass once again, looking right. Fires one to the right. Oh, in and out of the hands of the defender. Number 22 about had a pick there. Bodie Blackett just out of his hands. He kind of got hit as he was trying to intercept it, but wow.
Yeah, great pressure there by Juab. Number 40, Connor Ingram, with the pressure in Thackeray's face. Got him on his heels once again and didn't get the zip on the ball. And that allowed Blackett to nearly make an interception there for Juab.
I think he has that interception, but the offensive receiver kind of bumps into him, Herd, as he's going for the interception and knocks that away from him. So 2nd down and 10. Motion across the formation. Fake that handoff. Get back to the inside. The running back, the fullback of this, the lone tailback, number 32, and that's Trevor Jarrett. And that'll be a short pickup.
Yeah, that sets up a big 3rd down here. Ty Durbin there with a huge tackle at his defensive end position, just closing down the line of scrimmage and playing very solid defensive technique there, keeping his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage and wrapping up.
3rd down and 7 looks like from here at the 21-yard line for the Morgan Trojans at the Nephi 21. Back to pass once again. Pressure on the play. He's hit. Able to get out of that hit. Throws the ball up for grabs. Looked like offensive pass interference to me. The catch is made. Number 5 on the reception. That would be Jack Cameron, but I think this is offensive pass interference right here.
Yeah, and there is a flag down. You can see it. The wide receiver pushes the defensive back in the back.
I think so.
And then makes the catch there. But
this was an interception. Had he not pushed that defender, that was an interception right there.
Yeah, Thackeray's in trouble here and just throws this one up for grabs. And lucky it's not intercepted initially, but I'm thinking we're going to get offensive pass interference here, and we do.
Yep. That is the call. It definitely was. I haven't been right too many times in my life, but I saw that one.
Yeah, I know the Morgan fans aren't happy with it, but just watching it on the replay is clearly offensive pass interference.
Yep. And the flag came out immediately when he shoved the defender. So that's marked off as a 15-yard penalty, but really it's about a 50-yard penalty because the reception that you take away.
Yeah, and the potential there for a big play. Bodie Blackett on the coverage, and really, if he doesn't pass interfere there on the offensive side, Blackett may intercept that and run that back for a pick 6. I mean, he had nobody in front of him. So
I think he does. I think he intercepts that ball, and you can see his back bow as he gets shoved and it pulls his hands down.
Yeah.
So a big break for Juab High School. Moves Morgan back to the 11-yard line now, where it'll be 3rd down and 20. Going to pass quickly to Herd. We got the hook and ladder. Pitch back to the left running back. Great play. Good time for it. So that's a reception to number 17, Herd, who pitches it back to number 32, the running back. And Trevor Jarrett. Great play. Good time for it for Morgan. Moves the ball out to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 25 yards on the play.
Wow, what a play call by Coach Christensen and the Trojans to go to a hook and ladder on 3rd and forever. And the running back, number 32, Trevor Jarrett, we haven't seen much today, but just comes up with an outstanding play there on the perimeter. You can see using his speed and goes to Herd and he pitches it. Juab's defense closes it, and the way Jarrett goes down the sideline.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 now. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 1st down. Motion across the formation. Give on the pitch on the fly sweep. And he's going to be hit after a gain of about 1 and thrown down. The ball is in the hands of Juab. Bowring had it, but they're going to say that he was already down by contact. Now slow getting up is number 25.
That's Clarence Cool. That's slow getting up here. He looks like he's staying in the game. Big number 74 there, Brock Crippen there with the stop with a big defensive play there to set up a 2nd and 7 here.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 7 after a pickup of 3 on the running play. Back to pass. He got the receiver down the far side. Underthrown, picked off there by Blackett down the left-hand side to the 30-yard line, back in front. Now they're going to say he stepped out.
We got a late hit.
And now there's going to be a late hit. Unfortunately for Morgan, the late hit took place as the runner went out of bounds, but he kept running, and the Juab and the Morgan player hit him out of bounds. It'll be a tack on, but the Morgan player, I'm sure, thought he was still playing.
Well, you see there, Brody slows up a little bit on the just on the play just as he goes out of bounds. But what an outstanding interception by Bodie Blackett, really playing center field, you know, like a great outfielder in baseball, just playing center field. Wheeler underthrows it, and there's Bodie to make the play. And he's been close on 2 or 3 picks. We had one earlier in the game down here. Yep. This time Bodie makes him pay and returns it for a big return. We're going to tack on the penalty here. Juab's going to be in business.
Well, they'll get it back to where they were almost before when they threw the interception themselves after the walk-off. That'll put the ball down to the 15, 16-yard line where they will have a Nephi Federal Credit Union first down for the Juab Wasps here at about the 15-yard line. Once again, Livingston Photography scoreboard check. It's 13-8 with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. And once again, Juab attacking and in close with a chance to score here. Under center, offset eye, pitch to the receiver. Pass back to the quarterback. That's defended, so it'll be taken by Bowring, wisely so, and he'll try to get what he can out of that, as that was supposed to be a pitch back to the pass back to the quarterback, but it was blown up by the defensive end of Morgan, and Bowring very wise to hold on to that thing.
Yeah, Morgan's defensive end makes a good play there. That's kind of one of those plays as a Juab fan, you just hold your breath there, because if he throws it back, it's likely intercepted. Bowring doing a great job of just pulling it down and getting 3 to 4 yards, making something out of nothing there.
Now they'll go I formation, overload to the left-hand side. Looking, fake a reserve. Looks like he's got a screen to the backside. He finds a receiver right in the middle. That is, didn't get a number on that, but it's going to be enough for a first down. Once again, inside the 5-yard line down to about the 2.
Well, that time Clarence Cool coming from the backside tight end position. Actually, you can see him there come over the top on a climb route, puts his hand up to tell Easton he's open and settles down in the zone for the catch.
So inside the 10-yard line now. Penalty flag is down. They're going to say he did not get in the end zone.
So that flag there comes from the umpire, which usually indicates holding would be my guess. You see the Morgan players clapping. So
are applauding. So once again, Juab with a chance to take control of this and shoot themselves in the foot once again, because that's one of those penalties that if it's on Morgan, it's half the distance. It's a couple of yards, but against them, and they're going to say it's still second down?
Let's see, we're marking it off. So
yeah, but the full mark off against Juab, but the referee held up the number 2 sign.
Still, still first down. Still should be first and goal.
I thought he indicated a second down. Yeah. I'm just seeing double vision, I guess.
Well, you know, it's one of those calls the offensive linemen have really got to keep their hands inside the frame. Once they go outside, that's an easy call for the umpire in that position.
Under center is right. Quick pitch back to number 22, Bodie Blackett. And he's going to go out of bounds in a heap. Looks like he's going to probably lose a yard there. And
yeah, pursuit there. Number 24 for Morgan, Brennan Sanders, just really blows the play up there and gets angle of pursuit and pushes Bodie to the sideline. And now we're in a second and goal from the 23-yard line. So
well, make that the 13.
With the penalty, yeah, the 13. So with the penalty and the loss, Juab going the wrong direction here.
So 2 times Juab has been inside the 10-yard line and thus far have nothing out of it. They'll roll the pocket to the right-hand side. He's got a receiver there. Nice pitch and catch down to Bowring at about the 2-yard line, back again to the 2. They've been there before.
Yeah, you see Cade there out of his slot position, run a deep out. Easton doing an outstanding job getting outside containment, throwing on the run. An excellent job, too, there by the offensive tackle, Bladen Fowkes, and David Phillips there at guard, setting that play up.
So there's the situation. Juab with a 3rd and goal from the 2.5-yard line. They'll line up in the I formation with tight slot. Snap is back, handoff to the wing, coming around. Looks like he's going to make the end zone, and he does, into the end zone. Touchdown, Bowring.
Nice play there by Juab, just smash mouth football, lining up out of the I formation. You can see there, and running a power, and Cade there getting to the end zone. It looks like Clarence Cool with the lead block there that set that play up. So a huge momentum shift there for Juab to capitalize on the interception and the turnover and score.
Really, this whole third quarter has been Juab's. They've driven the ball up and down the field. Twice they've driven the ball down the field. and been inside the 5-yard line twice. They finally do score here, but really this third quarter has been all Juab's.
Well, and Juab's held field position. You know, in the first half, Flitton was able to keep field position on Morgan's side of the coin. In this quarter so far, Juab's. It looks like what do we got here? A timeout by Juab. Coach Bowring wants to think this over.
Well, they were going to go for 2, but they didn't get it in time, so they'll use a Drew Bay Used Cars timeout here as they take their first of the second half and get a chance to figure this out as they go for 2. They are ahead, 14-13. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
No matter how you connect, Centricom delivers fast, reliable internet and powerful whole home mesh Wi-Fi throughout your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect with Centra Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or click Centracom.com to upgrade your internet today.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. Once again, the Cache Valley Bank end zone. Juab just visited the end zone in favor of Cache Valley Bank, offering mortgages and construction loans. The Cache Valley Bank application for banking on the go, all the touch of a button on the Cache Valley Bank app. Now Juab will be going for 2 here. They put the big kid in the backfield, number 55. Mangelson is the fullback in head of Bowring. They'll put Blackett across the formation in motion. He's looking to pass in the end zone. He's got a receiver there, but underthrows it. Oh, he had him there early. He just missed him.
We know Coach Bowring has halfback pass in his toolkit and his repertoire, and he goes to it there. Cade Bowring going to his left. A low percentage play, really, to be honest with you. For a running back to throw the ball, rolling to his left with pressure, not easy to accomplish. He did have a receiver open, but underthrew it just a little bit, and Morgan knocked it down, so incomplete.
He had him open early. I think he waited too long, and the defense reacted back to him.
Yep.
So, as it stands, though, with your scoreboard check from Livingston Photography, it's 14-13. The problem with that is if you get the 2-point conversion, now Morgan, who's shown that they can kick the ball from some distance, they could only tie it.
Yeah, right.
Now they can win this thing with a field goal.
Well, and I think Coach Bowring recognizes that Flitton is a weapon for Morgan. He has range. He's shown, 40 yards in, he can hit. So that's something that you got to think about in that situation. Coach Bowring, a very aggressive call there, went for it, didn't get it, but momentum right now definitely on Juab's side.
I mentioned that the third quarter so far has been all Juab's. Morgan to this point has only run 8 plays in the second quarter. So the kick will come down about the 15-yard line. Going to do the reverse in the backfield. Once again, the ball is handed off to number 32 for Morgan as they make the reverse in the backfield, Trevor Jarrett, and he will come across the 20 to 25 out to about, let's make it the 31-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark it down, and we'll see where Morgan goes from here. Like I say, they've only ran 8 plays in the second half so far.
Yeah, that's been a key to the game. For Juab, they've got to keep Morgan's offense off the field. Parker Bruff, their number 8, with a great stop on that reverse. For Juab, made a great play on the kickoff return there.
There have been 2 turnovers in the game, interception by each team, and both turnovers have resulted in touchdowns for the other team. Back to pass, looking left, got the receiver inside, pass inside, complete there, and looks like, well, everybody but one player's in on the pile there. They will mark it down about the 42-yard line. I believe it'll be enough for a first down. The pass was complete to Adam Buck.
Yeah, you see quarterback there for Morgan, Thackeray doing a good job setting his feet, waiting for the receiver to clear the linebacker, and then throwing the little curl route. And Ty Durbin there for Juab making the stop, and then a host of Wasps come in and pile on.
He didn't go down earlier. I think he was trying to pull the ball loose and extended the play a little bit. Pass quickly out to Herd. Excuse me, that's not Herd. That's number 47, Cameron Duke. It falls incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10 now from the 43-yard line. Still in Morgan territory.
Well, linebacker Zach Canfield for the Wasp there, step for step on the coverage, and fortunately for the Trojans there, Thackeray was low. Canfield doing a great job of staying stride for stride with the receiver.
Morgan, now we talked about adversity. When adversity comes now, we talked about, have they been through adversity? How will they react to adversity? Right now their feet are against the fire a little bit. There's plenty of time left, but still, you can see maybe a little bit of panic and pressure. Back to pass once again. Pass down the sideline. The receiver had not turned yet and was well beyond the play as the quarterback rushed that. Pressure from Juab once again forces him to throw that a little bit before he's ready to.
Yeah, Brandon Pettit for Juab and number 25, Clarence Cool, there on the pressure to force Thackeray again on his heel a little bit. You can see when he's on his heel and not on that front shoulder, the ball comes out a little bit slower, doesn't have quite the zip on it, and it falls incomplete. So we've got a big 3rd down and 10 here.
That ball hits the ground really before Herd even turned around. I mean, it was that much in advance of the move. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now, still at the 42. Oh, and Juab shows a blitz, and Morgan jumps, so they'll add 5 to that. You can show a blitz if you're coming from the secondary or the linebacking position. The lineman can't jump and do that. But that was a linebacker coming up, and the offensive guard jumped up to stop him, and that's a penalty of 5 yards.
I remember Coach Aldridge here telling our linemen to hold their water, right? That's the key there. These big guys up front, they see these defensive players coming at them, and they got to hold their water. They got to sit still, and that's tough. And Morgan's right guard there jumped just a little bit early, so we got a 3rd and 15 here.
3rd and 15, even a bigger play now for Morgan. They've certainly got the talent. They stack them on the near side. Twin receivers here. Back to pass, looking once again. He's looking for Herd. I think he's going to go deep to Herd. Herd's out there. The defense, and the ball goes through the hands of the defender and drops into the hands of Herd. That looked like an interception, but it went right through his arms.
Ball way underthrown there. Brigham Perry in position to make the interception. You see the replay here. Brigham Perry coming over the top of Herd with a really athletic play, but Herd in position to just receive the ball as it goes through Perry's arms, and you can see Perry pretty distraught about that play, but fortunate for the Trojans.
Herd was falling down. In fact, he was kind of on his back, and the ball went right through Perry's hands and dropped in to Herd, who was laying on the ground. Morgan's going to call a timeout. That is once again a Drew Bay Used Cars timeout, and with that, we'll also take a time back. We'll be back.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back once again to Morgan, Utah. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter with Morgan on the march now and trailing by 1, 14-13. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the Juab 35-yard line after a great catch by Herd. Back across the formation, handoff up the middle, number 26 in there carrying the mail. That's Gage Thornton for Morgan, and he's going to pick up about 9 yards. I think they caught Juab sleeping a little bit there.
Yeah, Morgan comes right out with no huddle and just gets to the line of scrimmage and goes, and Juab caught off guard there, and Morgan with a big play, 2nd and a yard to go.
Once again, handoff up the middle once again. Thornton, and he'll go on the outside this time. And I think Juab going a little bit too much for the fumble. They're trying to strip everything instead of tackle right there, and they got a couple of extra yards because of that attempt to strip.
Yeah, Cade Bowring there on the stop, and Dallin West. You can see they're trying to strip the ball, but at the same time the offensive player's gaining yardage. So you really want to drive your feet and not give up any more yards. So 1st down for the Trojans.
They're down now at about the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off into the middle again to the running back. This time it's number 32 back in there, the big running back 32 who's been playing most of the game, Trevor Jarrett. He'll get a bit of a gain here, maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, stop there by number 73, David Phillips for the Wasp. They're just piling it up there and stopping the Morgan runner for only a yard on the carry there.
So once again, they'll go to double receivers to each side. Back to pass, looking to his right. Got a receiver there. Hook and trailer once again. This time he's going to be in the end zone for a touchdown. Beautifully run The pass was complete to number 5, Jack Cameron, who pitched it back to the running back and number 32, Trevor Jarrett. It's a touchdown, folks.
Well, you know, you're bit twice by this play, and Morgan goes to the well one more time. You see the Juab defenders there both collapsing on the hitch route, and then the back coming out behind it for the hook and ladder, and this time it hits for a touchdown. So great play call by the Trojans to take the lead.
And they're doing that now. They come out in the
Daffy Duck, it looks like
Daffy
here.
Duck is the lineup now. For those of you that go back far enough, it's the Daffy Duck look. Going for two, they'll put her back in motion, clear across the formation, throw a quick screen to the outside. He has to shade his eyes because of the sun, still makes the catch. That's Herd, and so that's good for another 2 points, and that'll put them up 21-14. Here's Morgan, so back and forth we go. In the end zone, Cache Valley Bank offering mortgages and construction loans in the Cache Valley Bank app for banking on the go, all with the touch of a button. Puts Morgan back on top with the Livingston Photography scoreboard check, 21-14, with 2:37 left here in the third quarter. And then you got Flitton coming out to kick it in the end zone. What a change on one play, the long reception to Herd that turned this whole thing around. Otherwise, Morgan's punting, and it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, Herd makes a great play there, and Morgan goes down and scores. You got to give credit, too, to the play calling there. Really, Coach Christensen digging deep in the playbook to go to the Daffy Duck. We haven't seen that in years. Those of you that remember University of Utah back in the 80s would run Daffy Duck. And really all Thackeray's looking for there is numbers. He's going to throw to the guy that has the least defenders on him. It happened to be Herd who made the play there and steps in the end zone on the 2-point conversion. So big play for the Trojans and momentum shift.
And part of the Daffy Duck is you got a half a dozen linemen out there, too. This one does not go in the end zone by Flitton. The Juab act like they didn't know they could run it. Bowring is decoying the defense is what he was doing. Got behind a wedge, moves the ball back across the 30. So nice return on the only one that Flitton does not get in the end zone. It'll give Juab a 1st and down and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
I think it shocked everybody on the field that he didn't kick it in the end zone. Almost like, hey, we actually have to cover this. The guy didn't kick it out of the back of the end zone. So I don't think anybody knew what to do with the ball.
Bowring just kind of jogged forward. I thought, does he realize he didn't catch that in the end zone? But he was kind of getting behind that wedge a little bit, and then was able to break through and make some yardage out of it. So we'll see now. Juab now with their back against the wall as Morgan has raised up and done what they should do. 3 receivers to the near side. Motion across the backfield. Handoff on the back and the counter back inside. That's Blackett. He throws off one tackler, throws off another. Finally gets across to about the 40-yard line. Nice run by Blackett.
Well, Juab here running a little fake sweep and then counter action back to the left. Coach Bowring hasn't showed this yet today, so a great call there to offset some tendencies. And Blackett just with some tough, hard-nosed running there to pick up 8 yards.
Be a 2nd down and 2 from the 39-yard line is where they marked him out of bounds. And so once again, they will go right under center. And they snap, drops back to pass, looking to the left. He's got a receiver breaking free down the sideline, just unable to get to it as that's thrown well out over the top. That's the way you got to throw that ball, though, so that only the receiver can catch it. And just a little bit too big.
Yeah, Easton doing a great job there in the pocket, setting his feet and getting up on that front shoulder and cutting it loose. A nice throw down the field. And really, as you said, Coach, where either we get it or no one gets it. And great coverage there by the Trojan defender as well. So it sets up a 3rd and short here. Big play for Juab.
They do need to get the 1st down and keep the sticks a-moving. You can take a shot with 2nd and short. Now they've got to get this first. He's under pressure. He's going to be hit in the backfield, just not able to get outside on that play as he got a lot of depth. He went backwards a long ways to try to get outside that end, and he's going to lose yardage on it. That's where some of us old people think, just get straight ahead and get the dang yardage. Don't go out there.
Yeah, you want to run north and south in that situation. Instead, Bowring gets stretched to the field side boundary, and 44 Colton Hansen, 73 Tafui Fanua there for the stop for the Trojans, bringing up a punting situation.
Puts, as you mentioned, it puts them in punt formation, and Colton Robertson with it. comes to his right, going to kick it now, end over end. It's going to drop at about the 34. Take a huge bounce for Juab as it's going to go clear down to the 17-yard line. Huge bounce.
Well, Colin Robertson there with the rugby-style kick does a fantastic job of getting the ball end over end. You see that spin and it bounces and takes a Juab bounce, as we mentioned earlier, for the returner. That's when you got to come up and field and cut that off, because that just added another 15 to 20 yards for Juab, putting Morgan back in their territory on the 18-yard line, it looks like.
I'm careful to do this. We have an all-around dental care stat check, and I fear to do this because of what usually happens when you bring it up. But there's only been 5 penalties in the game, so very, very well played game, as you would expect for the playoffs. Morgan will go with a handoff off the left-hand side, number 26 carrying the ball, and he picks up about 5 on the play.
That time for Juab, D-tackle Eric Taylor and number 55 Blake Mangelson on the stop there.
You'd think Morgan would be trying to take some time off, but they go no huddle, handoff off the right-hand side again to number 26 for Morgan, and that might be the last play of this quarter, but that's Gage Thornton, and he'll move the ball across the 35 to about the 36. It'll be 3rd and 1, and they're going to try and get one more play off before the end of the quarter. There's 10 seconds and counting down. They'll run twin receivers to both sides now, and they'll take the snap back, hand off to the back inside. Once again, he's going to lose a little yardage on this. And they try to run the same play off that left-hand side once again, and he'll just get back across the 25, but it'll be a slight loss.
I think he's short. That's going to be a 4th down.
It'll be 4th down and 1 when we come back at the start of the 4th quarter. We'll be back in just a second.
Azomite Mineral Products in Nephi is using a unique deposit to create fertilizers and as a feed ingredient for customers all over the world. Research has indicated its potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite is excited to be part of the Nephi community and supports Juab High School athletics.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy, sell, and haul alfalfa hay. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve at Stevens Feed in Holden.
Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Got my ride at Car Wise, and another great deal, and another great deal, another great deal is there. Hey, we're gonna get you approved, come on in today. Got my ride at Car Wise, they can get you approved, and another great deal. Got my ride at Car Wise. Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Come on in today. CarWiseUtah.com.
Welcome back to Morgan High School. We have some speculation on what they're going to do here. You've only got a 4th and 1, but down deep in your own territory, Morgan looks like they're going to be in punt formation to play it safe here and kick this ball away. Juab's up tight just in case they try something. The punt is a terrible punt by Flitton. It's going to come down at the 45-yard line and take a bit of a bounce for Morgan as it'll get across midfield to the 48. But really the way Flitton's been kicking, that is abnormal for him, and that's a huge break for the Juab Wasps.
Yeah, he normally has really been booming the ball, with his leg. That one just usually comes off the side of the foot. Every once in a while the punter will miss that just a little bit, and you get the shank as the result. And wow, what field position for Juab. Golden opportunity here to get back in this game and take the lead right here if they can put a drive together.
This will give Juab High School, will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. They'll go 3 receivers to the upside, 2 to the bottom side, Across the formation, rolling to his right is the quarterback right. He's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. That's the sack. Now at number 77, the big kill, Jamison Burriston. As you mentioned pregame, he's one of the leaders in the state for sacks, and he gets a big one right there.
Yeah, Jamison Burriston there just blowing up the offensive line. Looked like a designed offensive run there, quarterback run by the Wasp, but then it appeared that Easton may have some idea to throw the ball, so maybe a busted play there, but really puts Juab in the hole and behind the chains now at 2nd and 16.
One of those RPOs, run pass options, it looked like, and didn't work, whatever it was, and Juab will now have it, like you say, 2nd and 17 now. Back to pass is right, straight dot back. He's being pressured, goes to the outside right side. He's going to tuck it and run. He goes back and forth. He's going to get it clear back across midfield. Nice back and forth down the field. He's going to get it down to about the 47-yard line of Morgan. That's a pickup of about 12 yards on the play to give him a third down and manageable now, third down and about 4.
Yeah, Easton just doing a great job there of keeping his head about him and using some moxie, and slips a couple of tackles and then showing some toughness right there at the end. Most quarterbacks like myself, we'd slide right there. But Easton, he goes head first, and picks up a couple more yards. So 3rd and short here.
So 3rd and manageable now. Back in the shotgun once again is right. He'll put motion across. Bodie Black across the motion. He's going to pass it to the wide receiver, and he's going to go down, but I think it's enough. That's number 25 on the reception there, and that's Clarence Cool. And that'll be enough. It gets it to the 40-yard line for a 1st and 10 for Juab.
Yeah, Juab's offensive line, they're doing a great job of forming that pocket, and Easton making a good throw. All year long, Clarence Cool's made big plays like that on the perimeter right there, just running about a 6-7 yard hitch, catches the ball, and just like he's taught, he's ahead of the sticks and picks up the 1st down.
Juab now, 1st and 10 at the 40. Puts in motion. Now back across the formation is the running back. He's going to get outside, down the sideline. The juke to the outside, going to go out of bounds down there. And that once again is Bowring on the he put him in motion to the left and then brought him back across the formation and gave him the handoff on the sweep. And he made good yardage out of it.
Yeah, that time you see David Phillips there pulling around, really springs the play there, the right guard for the Wasp. And then Bodie Blackett with the extra block there out of the slot position, and that springs Bowring for another 3 or 4 yards there. So great job by the Wasp there, supporting their teammates by blocking downfield. Not always fun to do, but when you get it done, it really means those few extra yards, setting up a 2nd and 5.
You always hope a running back will always come back to the line and thank him anytime they gain a yard. It's because somebody else has done the dirty work. Bowring in motion to the right-hand side, fake a little screen to him. Got a screen in the middle, room to run, blockers and head. Then he stops and comes back outside. Now he's going to give up some yardage. We're going to get a hold on this, but that was, I think the running back needed to stay with his blockers.
Yeah, Blackett there coming up. Looked like he's limping a little bit. Not a good sign for the Wasp. You see he's headed back to the huddle there. Looks like a double screen there in the replay. Coach Bowring sets up screen to the right and then comes back to the left. So to really fake Morgan out on the right side with a wide screen, then comes back underneath with the screen there to Blackett. And looks like he's okay and up, and officials are talking here about what the call is.
I think this is your lineman downfield holding way downfield. They'll mark it off against Juab. So that'll bring it back. They'll probably get the down over again. It'll come back after the walk-off to about the original line of scrimmage. So it gets from the spot that it happened. That'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's like the play never happened again. They'll get the down over again. They didn't lose any yardage.
Yeah, that's tough because it negates a 1st down.
Yeah.
But it puts Juab back in a 2nd and in a manageable position here.
Of course, Bodie Blackett and also Bowring candidates for the player of the game. That would be the Big O Tires player of the game. Back to pass is right. He's got a receiver down the sideline. He's there. It's the defender in the head. And they're going to throw a penalty flag on the defender. The ball did hit the defender in the head, and he did not look back. I didn't see the contact, though.
Well, yeah, you see the play here. Perry going up for that's a tough call. Didn't look back, though, and usually for officials, when they see a defender not turn their head back to the ball, they're going to call pass interference or
I didn't see the contact, so I thought even the ball hit the defender in the head, but he did have his hands up, and you can't put the hands up in the face of the receiver. So they're going to call the pushing, not the pass interference.
Right.
It'll be it's a lesser form of pass interference. So
and that call can go either way. I get, as football fans, none of us really like that call, but as a coach, you and I both know when officials see the defender not turn their head back, you're almost always going to get a flag there.
So that'll move the ball down inside, and you're talking like a quarterback, an offensive quarterback.
Right. I expect that call.
21-yard line now. Juab with the 1st and 10. They'll put back in motion once again. The running back back across the formation. He's setting up to throw. It's going to be underthrown. Pass is complete. Touchdown, Juab. Penalty flag down in the backfield. And we'll see if that is a
roughing
the quarterback or if that's on Juab. The Morgan players are pointing towards Juab.
Wow.
Holding
on Juab.
Juab.
Wow.
Oh.
Boy, that's tough. Yeah, hard to tell, but, boy, you can't take away the throw by Bowring there as a running back. I mean, it looked like it was going to be underthrown early, and the ball just continued to carry to Brigham Perry in the end zone for a touchdown, but quickly wiped off the board, and the sticks are marked back, and we'll replay the down here.
You know, and I told you when I mentioned that there only been 5 penalties called in the game, there's been 5 since then.
You did say that. You set the game up there, Coach. So
Juab is just having a hard time catching the break here. They have moved the ball all over the field here in the second half, and they have an interception down at the 5-yard line. They finally do score a touchdown. They catch a pass outside the end zone that doesn't count, and now on this drive they get a break, and then they have 2 things go against them. So they're just struggling to make it work here. And now a flag goes down for something else. Now has somebody got too many players?
A delay of game.
Delay of game. Now we'll get another 5 yards. Wow, since I mentioned that, Juab has had 3 penalties for 35 yards against them, plus the yardage that they lost as a result of the play had the play stood. So
yeah, they kind of got to get their heads together here and settle down. They made some mistakes, made some penalties, but this is the adversity you're going to face in a playoff game. So let's see what Juab can do here.
The ball is on the 42-yard line. They've got to get to the 10-yard line for a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. They can do it. They got to get little pieces on each play. Pass is complete to Bowring down about the 30-yard line. So that's part of it. You get down to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup on first. That'll get up about 15 of those yards back.
Yeah, great job there by Ryland Watts at right tackle and David Phillips, allowing Easton to get the edge, and then Easton making a throw on target deep across the middle as Bowring runs the crossing route from the other side of the field, and really puts Juab in a much better position now to, as you said, to just chip away at this yardage. Now they're second and 16 or 17.
Yep, about that. And you got to figure 4-down territory, because at this stage of the game with 8:50 left, a field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good. They've got to have a touchdown sooner or later. So you're figuring 4-down territory. So they need to think the same, get little chunks of it here and there, keep working down the field.
Looks like Easton Wright may be changing the play here.
He pulls Perry back into the tight end formation. Quick pass to the outside to number 11. Pass across the middle. He's going to be knocked down. No foul called. The pass was intended there for number 11, Zach Cowan. And, that's Perry down there. Perry was the intended receiver. Cowan was throwing the ball.
Yeah, Coach Bowring brings in Zach Cowan, who's a quarterback himself, and makes a nice throw there. It looked like there's some contact in the backfield between Perry and the safety, but no call. Could have gone either way there, and it sets up a 3rd and long here.
Okay, 3rd and long once again, 3rd and about 17. I still think you got to try and get about 8 or 9 yards here and then go for it on 4th. More if you can, but you got to get some of this. They're going to go deep down the sideline once again to Perry, and no call on the play. It's going to be incomplete, as really Perry ended up playing defense on that ball because the defender was in a better spot. So it's incomplete.
Yeah, Morgan there in a cover 3 zone, the corner bailing and getting depth while the safety's on top of it. So you're really throwing into double coverage there. That ball's almost ought to be, or about got to be perfectly placed to complete. So a tough pass to complete here. 4th down for the Wasp.
I still question whether going for the home run ball there. I thought maybe, try and throw the curl or something, get part of that yardage back. Now they're in a deep hole. Back to pass. Passes out. They're going to try the hook and ladder themselves, but Morgan reads it well. Morgan had that set up, and the defender didn't even go after the receiver. In fact, he went for the running back instead, and it's snuffed out. There's a bit of a gain, but it's not enough.
Well, Jaden Valtson there with the catch, and then pitches it to Cade Bowring on the hook and ladder. But as you mentioned, Morgan right there with 2, 3, 4 defenders. They read that well and just really snuffed that play out right from the beginning.
So Morgan will take over on downs now, and they'll have the ball at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff inside. And you got to figure Morgan content here to take time off the clock any way they possibly can. Handoff is to number 26, who's had the bulk of the minutes here in the second half. He'll get a pickup of a couple. You got 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. He's going to pick up 4 yards. It'll be second down now. And 6. 8 minutes left to go.
Brandon Pettit there and Carter Shepard making the stop, keeping Morgan at 2nd and 6.
So back in the shotgun once again, the quarterback, Thackeray. Steps back, he's looking to pass. He's got the swing back out there. Caught, but hit immediately and taken down for really very little gain on the play. Read well and played well by number 6 of Juab, Dallin West.
Yeah, Dallin West there doing a fantastic job of shedding the block on the little short screen and just coming up and blowing that play up and keeping Morgan at 3rd and 6 on this down and distance.
Huge down here for Juab. This could be one of those plays of the game that we talk about. If they can stop this here and force Morgan to kick, they've still got time to make something happen here. Back to pass. Got the receiver across the middle. He goes down to his knees, and they're going to say the ball hit the ground. It looked like a great catch by number 47, Cameron Duke, but they're going to say it hit the ground. So Juab has done their part, and what's more importantly, they've done it with no time off the clock as a couple of incomplete passes.
Yeah, you know, I understand why you throw the ball there, but really in 3rd and 5, maybe you run the ball and force Juab to take the time out there because, you know, bigger than the down and distance, it gives Juab an extra timeout offensively here. So we'll see what Juab can do. They should get good field position on the return.
Back into kick now, Flitton, and the last kickoff he had and the last punt he had, both of those subpar for him. We'll see what he does this time. Gets the kick off. It's going to come down about the 42-yard line, rolls out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So pretty good kick, effective. It got him down to the 37-yard line. So with 7 minutes to go in the game, Juab trailing by 7. This is the drive of the game now.
Yeah, Juab getting good field position here. You almost feel like on that kick there that Coach Christensen told him to kick it out of bounds, not give Juab a return. So 7 minutes to go here. Juab with good field position. They got to sustain a drive here and go down and score if they want to take the lead.
This is the time for someone to step up to become the Big O Tire player of the game. Right here is sorely needed for Juab. They've moved the ball well, just unable to get it in the end zone. They've broken down at times, but top quality tires, shocks, alignment, and automotive work, and a national warranty on Big O Tires. Empty backfield, back to passes right, fakes the screen. Now he's got the screen in the middle, incomplete pass.
Ooh.
And the pass was intended for a screen, number 6. They faked the outside screen, tried to come back inside to Dallin West. Incomplete, and then he took a hit.
Yeah, you know, incomplete pass there, but you hate to see that with a defensive player coming up and kind of, you know, taking a shot like that. I mean,
and you're surprised that there's not a call right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
In this day and age.
In this day and age, I mean, usually the flags are flying in that situation.
We used to teach them if they're behind the line of scrimmage, even if they don't hit the ball, knock them down.
Right.
But that can't happen as much anymore.
No.
Pass out in the flat, caught there, and caught at about the 45. He's going to move it ahead to the 48. Number 7 on the reception. Jaden Valtenson on the reception there. That's enough for a first down for Juab.
Well, you look at Jaden there. We haven't heard much from Jaden, but really planting that outside foot and driving on the slant route. And Easton with a great throw on time in the window. Huge first down for Juab.
So that puts the ball at the Juab 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Cache Valley Bank end zone is where they're headed. Quick drop. Ball is knocked in the air by the defensive end. Number 48 for Morgan. Great play. Connor Watkins knocks that one down. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 48.
Yeah, great play there by Connor Watkins. You know, defensive linemen are taught if you can't get a pass rush, get your hands up and try to knock the ball down. And Connor does exactly that time. He realizes he's not going to get to the quarterback, so he gets those big paws up and knocks it down for an incompletion.
And Wright starts under center and then only took about a 1-step drop and tried to make that quick slant, and that allowed the defensive end to get into that pattern. Under center once again. He'll drop back to pass, fakes the quick one. He's looking. He's going to go deep down the field, but the receiver chopped up the pattern. He chopped the pattern there, did not go down. Cade Bowring read the defense and turned it up, and the pass was way overthrown.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a wheel route here. They're setting up screen. They fake the screen, and instead of Bowring going down the sideline, he stops the route up. And Morgan playing great coverage there. They're keeping everything underneath them, and they weren't fooled by the wheel route. So the ball falls incomplete, and we got 3rd and 10.
They're going to put both their big receivers on the same side over on the right. They've got Bowring and Perry over there. And they'll have 3 receivers on that side. They've got an isolation down the bottom. Back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's going long once again. He got a receiver out there, but the pass way overthrown once again and out of bounds. So another incomplete pass over there, this time again intended for Bowring. Brings up a 4th down and 10. Now you could take a chance. You got 6 minutes. You could punt here and then play defense. And that looks like what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think Juab's going to try to flip the field here and play some defense and try to get the ball back. I believe Juab still has some timeouts remaining too, so if they can flip the field here and get a stop, they'll still have an opportunity maybe for one last drive.
Once again, this is quarterfinal action. The winner goes on. We're at the point in time when every time you lose a game, you're done. And so the loser of this is finished for the season. Into punt is Robertson. Runs to his right. Going to kick it now. Little end over end. It's going to come down about the 25-yard line. 25. It's going to roll down to the 15, so he gets a 10-yard roll. And that'll be where Morgan takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
Great kick there by Colin again. Rugby style, going to his right and turning the ball end over end, picking up an extra 15 yards on the bounce and putting Morgan all the way down just above the 15, 16-yard line. So Juab needs a big stop here to get the ball back and a possible last-minute drive.
Their defense has been good here in the second half. They've got to have it happen one more time. Hand off to the outside. They've got a bunch of blockers out there. There's going to be a penalty flag down. This could be a cut block the way it went down. A nice pickup. He moved the ball across. But the referee is the one that threw the flag, and there was a player or two from Juab that went down back there. You may get the cut block here. That or the hold on the back side.
Yeah, when you see a player,
good run.
When you see a player go down like that, usually it's a cut block or a hold, and that's what we have there. So
hold
spot
against
foul.
Morgan.
Spot foul, that'll take it back 10 yards.
Well, not here because they get the benefit of
that's right.
half the distance here.
That's true.
We'll put it down as a 15-yard penalty. But it'll be Morgan now will have a first down over again. And for them, the extra down could be extra time off the clock, and that's what they're worried about more right now. It'll be a 2nd down and about 18 on the play. They're back at the 7-yard line. Back to pass, looking to pass. It's going to be complete. Herd on the reception. It's complete. They pick up a lot of that yardage back. Looking for a flag for a late hit, but all he did was push him.
I don't think you can call that if you're not going to call the play earlier. But Herd down on contact. His knee was on the ground as he caught the ball. But a big gain, setting Morgan up for a 2nd and 7 here.
That was a good play. They picked up a large chunk of that. Now they've got 2 downs to get the rest of it as they go 2nd down and 7 now. From the 19, back to pass once again. Blocked, knocked down, intercepted by Juab.
Wow, what a great play.
What a play by Juab. Big number 25 for Juab. Not only blocked it, but he picked it off. Clarence Cool, play of the game. He hits it, it goes off the helmet of a Morgan Trojan, and then Cool maintains his presence, picks it up, and gets tackled down about the 7-yard line. This is the break that Juab's been waiting for.
What a great play by Clarence. I mean, a defensive end's dream there, right? You jump up, knock the ball down, and intercept your own pass. A great play by Clarence. Big momentum changer.
Juab with 5:25 left, knocking on the door once again. Handoff to Bowring at the outside. Butts cuts back to the inside. He'll be inside the 5, but not in the end zone is Bowring.
Yeah, Ryland Watts and David Phillips there on the right side. You see just cleaning things up and giving Bowring a little bit of room there to inch closer to the goal line.
They're going to put him down, mark him just inside the 5. Well, now they're going to pick it up and, okay.
What are we
down about the 4.
Down about the 4, yeah.
About the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. They line up in the I formation. Mangelson at fullback. Send Blackett across the formation. Give it to Bowring. Bowring inside. And they're going to say, no, he did not get in the end zone. They're going to mark him down inside the 1 yard line, it appears.
Yeah, you see the side judge there screaming in from the left side on the replay, and it looks like Morgan stops Cade right on maybe the 1 inch line. You see forward momentum stop up right there. So
time for Morgan to raise up here. They really got to do it here. And even with the touchdown and the 1 point conversion, it's still tied. So there's a lot of football yet to be played
yeah,
here.
Thackeray would still have plenty of time.
I formation once again. Mengelson at the fullback. Hand off again to Bowring. He's still struggling. Great play by Morgan. Great play by that front of Morgan. Once again, it's big number 13 or 73. 73 from Morgan makes the play of the game right there. That's Tafui Fanoa. Great play as they're going to lose yards on that play.
Well, as a defensive tackle there, you can just see, he's been taught to keep his pad level down, and he stays down and keeps leverage and just causes a pile up there. And then Colton Hansen, inside linebacker, cleans up the play. And here we go, 4th and goal.
Well, we'll catch Coach Bowring call on this one as he lines up in the same formation. Offset eye. Hand off to Bowring again. Goes to the outside, untouched. Touchdown, Juab.
Well, Coach Bowring there with a great play call, breaking tendency. This time he goes off tackle instead of inside. He's going to run on the edge, and nobody there for Morgan as Cade walks into the end zone untouched.
Now, Juab's been going for 2 every time. Do they go for 2 again? And the game, do they have a kicker?
It looks like we're going to get East End's on the field, so Juab's going to go.
They're going to go for the game here, folks. This isn't the tie. This is to win.
Got to admire the aggressive call here by Coach Bowring. We'll see what he dials up here.
Same formation once again. You got the I formation. Mengelson at fullback. Blackett across the formation. Penalty flag. And Morgan jumps offside.
Yeah, that time Juab's offensive linemen definitely held their water.
Held
a 2 count there. This time it's the D tackle that jumps into the zone. I know you remember that term, don't you?
I haven't heard it for a long time. When you get to be my age, it means something else.
Well, it came out of your mouth. I remember.
So it'll be,
there you go.
The extra point will be 2.5 yards now. Formation is up. Hand off to Bowring again to the inside. Did he get in?
Yes.
No mark, no mark. On the far side, official says he's in. So they'll call him in. An extra point is good. Puts Juab ahead 22-21. Wow, what a game. That's an end zone, Cache Valley Bank end zone check. Juab with a lot of moxie. And again, we talked about how do you deal with adversity. Juab's been here before.
Yeah, you just got to line up toe-to-toe and play smash mouth football. Bladen Fowkes at center, Big David Phillips and Rylan Watts all game long. Coach Bowring's gone to that right side, and this time they get it done. And, that's just mano a mano. That's 2 heavyweight fighters going at it right there. Some great football, and fortunately for Juab fans, Cade Bowring got into the end zone, and he's been there. Cade's been their go-to guy all season. Inside the 20, he's got 12 touchdowns, and once again, Coach Bowring calls on his son to make a play there, and he comes through on the 2-point conversion.
He has to get the job done, or he doesn't get to go home tonight.
There's some truth to that, more than you know.
Bowring, the prime candidate for the Big O Tire Player of the Game, as it's not just that play, but several plays offensively and defensively during this football game. So lots of time left, folks. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. And again, we know what kind of a kicker that Morgan has got. So, they don't have to get all the way to the end zone. If they can get close, that'll be prime real estate for their kicker. Short kick, bounces, picked up at the 20, looking for the reverse. That's a time you just take it and go straight forward, folks. No time for a reverse.
And, question the call there. I mean, to me, you want to run north and south, as you said, Coach. You don't want to go backwards. I mean, right there, the receiver just gave Juab probably an extra 7-8 yards that was unnecessary. But maybe the best passing quarterback in the state taking the field here. Be fun to watch Carter Thackeray here try to work his magic under 3 minutes to go.
I think the key here is, as you mentioned several times during the game, is Juab's big front line has got to put pressure so he's throwing off his heels. He doesn't have a chance to set and throw. He's too good of a passer to set and throw. Going to run the little draw to the left-hand side. Didn't fool the big defensive end over there. He's going to make a play, and that's cool again, number 25. He's also a candidate for the Big O Tire Player of the Game. He's made several big plays today.
Yeah, you watch Clarence Cool there just shed the blocker. The offensive player's up in him. He just throws the tackle and then comes off and makes the play for a short 1-yard gain.
2:53 and counting here. 2nd down and 9 from the 14-yard line. Back to pass. Pass across. He's going deep all the way down the sideline. He's got Herd out there. Incomplete, covered there by Brigham Perry.
Yeah, Herd had a step there. You see here on the replay, he's got a step on Brigham, but Brigham staying stride for stride, and Thackeray just overthrown him just a hair. Actually better coverage than I thought. Brigham was right there, stride for stride.
But again, I think a key there was he had to throw it sooner than he wanted to. He was being hit as he released, so he had to get rid of it. And I think once again it was Cool putting the pressure on him from that right defensive end.
Yeah, Cool and Ty Durbin inside at tackle, and Blake Mangelson really bringing pressure.
Big 3rd down play here, 3rd down and 9 from the, it wasn't the 14, it's the 16-yard line. 3rd down and 9 for Morgan. Big down. Back to pass, rolling to his right. Got a receiver out there. Pass is going to be complete to number 5. Big catch out there, Jack Cameron. Big catch by Cameron.
Yeah, as you see Cameron here running a deep comeback, he sticks that left foot in the ground and then gets his hands up. Soft hands there to pull that ball in and then just tiptoes before he goes out of bounds. Great throw and catch there by the Trojans.
Went out of bounds too, which stops the clock. That once again is a Nephi Federal Credit Union 1st down for Morgan. And it'll bring up another 1st down now at the 30-yard line. Back to pass once again, looking to his left. He's got a receiver down the middle. He's open. It's a catch. Herd with the ball. He's going to be chased down there by number 6. Saving the tackle, number 6, Dallin West. Great catch by Herd as he got behind everybody.
Yeah, Tyson Herd there just running a deep post here. You see on the replay, Morgan giving Thackeray time. We've said all game long when he can stand up in the pocket and get on that front foot, delivers a strike and a long 1st down and a big play by Tyson Herd, who's been their big playmaker all season long. Looks like we got a Juab Wasp down.
Dallin West, a touchdown saving tackle, but he's still down on the ground. So a touchdown saver. We'll see what's happened with him. We'll go back to studio for a 30-second timeout here.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center, where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
Welcome back to Morgan. Just had a great play by the Morgan Trojans as they moved the ball down to about the 20-yard line on a great play. Pitch and catch from the great quarterback Thackeray to Herd. Dallin West made the tackle. He stayed down. He has come off under his own strength, but he is holding that left shoulder, which he has just come back off of the injury. So we hope the best for that young man. Morgan now in great position now, as we know their kicker can kick it from here, but they're looking to move the ball even farther with 2 minutes and 15 seconds and counting. Snap is back, looking to the left. Can't get the ball there. He's going to throw the ball, I think, incomplete on purpose, as Herd was well defended out there by Perry. And he's going to throw that one incomplete. Looked like to me, he kind of threw that one away.
Yeah, that time again, just throwing it in the dirt to avoid pressure. Clarence Cool, number 25, once again, in the backfield, as well as Jaden Valtenson and number 60 for the Wasps, Bladen Fouke. So bringing up a big 2nd down here.
2nd down and 10 now, and once again we mentioned that they do have a kicker that has kicked it already from 30-something yards already, so they can kick it from here. Hand off to the outside, number 26 got some room out there to rumble. He's going to be caught and dragged down, hit first by number 50 of Juab. I believe that was 50, Rylan Watts.
Yeah, Rylan Watts has been Juab's run stopper all season. You see him here do a great job playing downhill like a great linebacker always does and scrapes off the defensive pressure and making the play there for a short gain.
Pickup of about 3 on the play, it looks like, maybe 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from here. 3rd down and 6. Both stands up, shouting and screaming, trying to urge their teams on. Thackeray looking around, barking out some signals. He's looking right. He's got a receiver there. It's complete, but it's not going to be enough for a first down as it's complete to about the 14-yard line. 14-yard line. The clock has been stopped.
Looks like we got a timeout.
So it's going to be a timeout.
Yeah.
And that's a Drew Bay Used Cars Chevrolet Used Cars timeout. We'll take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back with some exciting action here in Morgan, Utah.
It's time to supercharge your internet with the fastest speeds in the area from Centracom. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by Centra Wi-Fi, our whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Call or click Centracom.com to supercharge your internet today.
I would hope. Welcome back to Morgan. We're just sitting here postulating why the timeout, why the situation. What we've got here with the scoreboard check for Livingston Photography is it's 21-22 for Juab right now with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. The ball is spotted on the 13-yard line. They've got their kicker in there, Flitton. He's already kicked one from about that range already. This would be a 30-yard field goal. He's got 2 on the game. This would give Morgan a 2-point lead if he's able to make this happen. They fake the snap count, waiting.
Maybe they're trying to
draw him off. Now the kick.
Wow.
Somebody called timeout just as the ball was snapped, and we'll see who it was. Morgan will call the timeout, so that was an attempt to get the ball closer and get a first down. Falls for naught, so again, another Drew Bay Used Cars timeout. Let's take another 30-second break.
Dale Whitlock of Security Insurance is the type of agent that makes a difference by offering United Insurance. Based in Utah, United Underwriters Insurance understands the risks, weather, and conditions that you experience. Call Security Insurance 435-623-2590. The trail is calling. Every turn, hill, and fallen log is screaming your name. And you're ready because you have the right type of power and agility to answer the call. Garrett Honda, 563 North Main in Nephi. Our family is serving your family for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Morgan. Now, again, we'll set up and see what they're going to do here. They're going to put some time back on the clock because on that fake 2 seconds were run off, so it should be 1:20 back on the clock. And, again, they do have Flitton on the field to kick the field goal. And see if I can pull up in the first half. He had 1 of 32 yards and 1 of 29 yards. This would be a 30-yarder with the 10 yards in the end zone. So he's made it from 32 and he's made it from 29.
Yeah,
well within his range.
I'm not sure on the timeout there, Coach. I don't know if you do more to ice your own kicker than you do trying to draw Juab off on, for the first down.
The snap is back and another timeout is called.
Wow.
And the holder does show some emotion there.
What do we got here? No one not giving us a call. Just an inadvertent whistle, or they put the time back on the clock. No one signaled timeout, so they talk about pressure on Flint.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, we got the same scenario. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it's going to be good. Down the middle, good kick by Flitton. And Flitton has put Morgan back on top by a score of 24-22.
Well, Carson Flitton there, you got to give that kid all the credit in the world. 2 timeouts, stoppage of play. I don't know what happened there at the end, an inadvertent whistle. They stop play again, and he has to wind up twice. And he steps back and knocks through a 30-yard field goal. Cool as a cucumber right there, ice in his veins. This kid can really kick the ball, and he showed right there why he's as good as he is under that kind of pressure, and knocks it through to give Morgan a 24-22 lead.
Well, Perry had it right. He figured it was a 4-point ball game, and we have now a 2-point ball game with Juab with 1:14 left. Some Westland Electrical score updates. As last we had, Richfield was falling to Summit Academy 34-14. It's final in Sam Pete, North Sam Pete 21, Union 7, and Beaver was up on Delta big 27-8 late in the game. 40-21 now for Summit Academy. Grand County leading South Sevier 14-7. And so that's a Westland Electrical. There's other scores there. We're having trouble. We're trying to pull them up, but some reports aren't in yet. So Flitton will be on to kick here and see what Juab can do now. The officials having trouble getting things put together and getting where they belong. Juab will have to go, if Flitton kicks it in the end zone, they'll have to go 80 yards in a minute and a half.
Yeah, the last two kicks have not been as deep as prior in the game, so we'll see what happens here if
he's saving it all for the field goals.
He definitely has that ability. He's done a great job all day and really been an asset to Morgan and their team today. So it looks like we've got Cade Bowring and Bodie Blackett back to receive.
So Flitton on the kick. He approaches the ball now. He touches it off. It's a long, low line drive. Caught at about the 2-yard line by Bowring. Bowring veers to the right, comes back to the middle, back to the right-hand side. He's going to get the ball out to about the 25, 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go here in the ball game, folks. Juab will have to go 75 yards. Well, no, if they got a kicker, though. We haven't seen him today.
No, rarely used, but, you practice this. These are drives that you work every day at the end of practice. You work 75 yards or plus under a minute. So I know Coach Bowring's going to have a script, and they got to catch the ball and get out of bounds and move the ball down the field.
Morgan back in prevent defense. They've got 3 people 20 yards deep. The pitch is outside to Perry. Perry beats one, back to the inside, down at the 30. Clock continues to run. They've got to get to the line of scrimmage. So Perry, it's a gain, but it's only a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. And they're going to have a whole lot more than that. Quickly, 50 seconds left. Now there's 4 people 20 yards off the ball. Right, pulls to his right-hand side, throws it to the outside. The receiver needs to get out of bounds, and he does. The ball is out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
I'm always amazed. Defensive coordinators go into prevent, and all of a sudden you start giving up chunks of yards that you normally would never give up.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you prevent yourself from winning by going into these prevent defenses as Juab methodically goes down the field. And they got to get out of bounds. I mean, they can't catch the ball and stay in play. They got to catch the ball and get out of bounds.
Now you got 5 players 20 yards off the ball for Morgan. And 40 seconds left because he was out of bounds. The clock did stop. Now they'll come a little closer to the line of scrimmage. Right back at quarterback, takes the snap. He rolls to his left, rolls back to the inside, now back to the right. He's in trouble. He's got to get rid of it. And there's a receiver in the area, number 5, but it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, good job there by Easton just throwing that away. He had all kinds of pressure. Morgan, number 77 there, bursting again in on the play, and Easton just wisely throwing that ball out of bounds. More importantly, stops the clock and gives Juab a long down and distance here.
Figure they got to get about another 20 yards, maybe 25 yards for a field goal, depending on their kicker. 4 receivers to the top side, right looking to his right. Not much of a rush. Across the middle, it's incomplete there. Intended for
Bowring, it looks
like. Bowring, yeah, knocked away. He knocked down. It would have been
intended receiver.
Probably a good thing it didn't get caught because it would have been in the middle of the field, only an 8-yard gain, and it would have been time off the clock.
Yeah, definitely not the place you want to go with the ball on a 2-minute drive is the middle of the field.
So they'll go 4 receivers to the top side once again. They bring number 5, Shepard, to the near side. Looking, being pressured. He's got room to mount. He stays in the open. He's got a receiver deep downfield, wide open. Passes in the air. Caught by Bowring.
I think Bowring got it.
It's a joint possession. Always goes to the offensive player. Joint possession. Bowring goes high in the air. It will be a completion down at about the 15-yard line, folks. So that's a completion to the 15.
You see Easton there stop up at the line of scrimmage. He finds Bowring at the last second, and it's a jump ball, simultaneous possession.
And behind him, he had Perry in the end zone, but he couldn't throw it that far.
Yeah.
They're going to ground the ball, intentional grounding to stop the clock with 14. Now, do they have a kicker?
Juab does they do have a kicker. I don't know how often they've used their kicking game. I'm thinking back through the year. I'm not sure we've attempted more than a couple of field goals all season long. So I'm sure Coach Bowring's going to try to throw into the end zone at least a couple of times.
He's going to line up in the shotgun formation. He's got number 5 on an island out here. If he plans to go to him, he's rolling. He's in trouble. He's going to take the sack. Incomplete pass. And it's a grounding penalty. So that's going to kill it. He's going to take a grounding penalty as well as this. He did drop the ball. He threw it down. That's intentional grounding. This will take him way back from the spot. That's a killer.
Yeah, that's just a tough play there. And, as a quarterback, you're trying to make a play and make something out of nothing there. And just a tough overall situation, but it looks like we're going to have a grounding play,
intentional grounding against the quarterback, loss of down also. So that moves the ball back. If there was any question about a field goal before, it's gone now. 8 seconds left. And ball is spotted at the 33-yard line, 32-yard line. 3rd and forever, but the down is not the issue. It's the time with 8 seconds left on the clock. Field goal is not an option here. Juab can pin their ears back, or Morgan can if they want to. Right back in. He's going to throw the ball. It's tipped. He's caught by Bowring way short of the goal line. Ball is knocked out. It's a fumble. Morgan will pick it up, but it's all for naught. This time runs out. And Morgan will win the football game 24-22.
Just a heartbreaking loss for Juab. I think there in that situation, you've got to throw the ball into the end zone. It looks like the officials are the officials are still conferencing. He may have been down.
If they rule him down and the quarterback or the coach called a timeout, there may be a second or two left here.
Yeah, let's see what he rules here. It looks like the one official's pointing him down. So everything in the balance here on this call.
And the other question will be, was there time on the clock?
At the time, right. And I'm not sure without replay that you.
He's coming to the sideline now. Did he call the game over?
So what's the call here?
He just stuck his hand in the air and walked off. I guess that's the ball game. So that is apparently the ball game, folks. Now the official on the far side's taking all the abuse of the Juab coaches. They are hot.
Yeah.
But as it stands, folks, that's the ball game, 24-22. Morgan has prevailed. They have staved off and prevailed in a close ball game here in the quarterfinals. And we'll be back in just a moment with the Sunrise Engineering post-game show.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools. Materion Natural Resources in Delta, Utah, advocating education and athletic competition in our Millard County communities. Materion is the only source of high-quality beryllium in North America. Beryllium is used in your car, cable TV, and tablet. It's even used in your cell phone. Because of beryllium, you're connected with family, friends, classmates, social media, and the web. Materion offers a safe and successful sports season to all Millard County schools. Materion Natural Resources.
Campus life at Snow College is awesome. On our small, friendly residential campus, you can participate in fun student life events, join student clubs, and cheer on our nationally ranked athletic teams. And if you want adventure, you can find about every outdoor activity imaginable just minutes from campus. Come check out Snow College and see why it's one of the best two-year schools in the nation at snow.edu.
No matter how you connect, Centricom delivers fast, reliable internet and powerful whole-home mesh Wi-Fi throughout your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect with Centra Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or click Centracom.com to upgrade your internet today.
You've seen Zions Bank's name at sporting events, performances, and fundraisers. We're just about everywhere. Your children and grandchildren see Zions dedicated employees in their classroom, teaching them how to save. We do all this because we have skin in the game. We support South Central Utah because we live and work here too. So we're as committed to this community's future as you are. When it comes to choosing to bank at Zions, rest assured you're selecting a company dedicated to bringing value to South Central Utah's businesses, individuals, and families.
ZionsBank.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. Once again, the game is terminated, and what a game it was. We mentioned that this might be the one game of the semifinals that would be extremely close and competitive, and boy was it, as it went back and forth. Looked like Juab had the game won, then a huge play by Morgan puts them down close. They kick a field goal to go up 24-22. Then some huge plays by Juab High School puts them down to about the 15-yard line, and then a couple of unfortunate errors took place for the Juab Wasps and resulted in a time running out and Morgan winning the game 24-22. A classic football game this one was.
Well, two, as we said, really two heavyweight fighters here going at it in a championship fight. And congratulations to Morgan on their season as they continue on. They certainly played well enough to win today, and so did Juab. I'm prejudiced, obviously, and for Juab, and very proud of the effort that our guys gave tonight. And they laid it all on the field, both teams. It was a play or two, here or there that made the difference, and both teams took their punches. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And really, in the end, in my opinion, the kicking game for Morgan was the difference. Flitton was just amazing, and under pressure drills a 30-yard field goal to win the game.
It really was, and like you say, Juab High School coming in as a number 4 seed could have laid an egg here, as fourth seeds normally do, or generally, quite often, but they didn't. They drove Morgan to the very end with this thing and went back and forth with them and ended up with a chance to maybe win this thing late, just unable to make it happen. And a great effort by Juab. They are young. They'll be back. We might mention now that Morgan now will go up against North Sam Pete next week, and that will be at a site to be announced in the future, a neutral site somewhere. The other semifinals will be Summit Academy against the winner. We don't know yet whether it's Juan Diego or Grantsville. Supposedly it's Grantsville, but we'll see on that one. But that's the way it goes from here. For Juab, the year is over, but they did well. They had
a lot to build on, and Juab's got a young team, and so I think Wasp fans can expect Juab to be back. They've been to the semifinals 5 straight years and fell short this year, but a lot of young players to come back, and big thanks to our seniors. I mean, these guys battled Easton, and the rest of the seniors did a fantastic job, and finished with a winning record, and just a awesome, tremendous game played today between these two powerhouse teams.
Once again, we appreciate our sponsors who make this happen. This is the Sunrise Engineering post-game show. Again, Sunrise Engineering is kind of a local identity for the Millard people. They serve communities all over in southern Utah, south and central Utah, in fact, all over the western United States, as they branched out from a business there in Fillmore to where they have regional offices all over the western United States, and do a lot to help youth and to help the young people. Sunrise Engineering, they're serving communities for over 40 years, so learn more at sunrise-eng.com. So we're going to take a timeout, quick timeout here, then we'll be back with Player of the Game, and then we'll be finished with this broadcast.
Azomite Mineral Products in Nephi is using a unique deposit to create fertilizers and as a feed ingredient for customers all over the world. Research has indicated its potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite is excited to be part of the Nephi community and supports Juab High School athletics.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy, sell, and haul alfalfa hay. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve at Stevens Feed in Holden.
Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Got my ride at Car Wise, and another great deal, and another great deal, another great deal is there. Hey, we're gonna get you approved, come on in today. Got my ride at Car Wise, they can get you approved, and another great deal. Got my ride at Car Wise. Are you ready? Are you ready to save? Come on in today. CarWiseUtah.com.
I'm Dr. Chris Karish, orthopedic surgeon with a subspecialty in sports medicine. Central Valley Medical Center has state-of-the-art operating rooms and the latest orthopedic equipment to provide me with the tools to perform safe and minimally invasive procedures. I've had the opportunity to treat athletes from my own sons to the NFL. I provide a wide variety of treatments to get you back on your feet and enjoying your life. Come see us here at Central Valley Medical Center where we can treat you as a friend and not a medical record number.
It's time to supercharge your internet with the fastest speeds in the area from Centracom. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by Centra Wi-Fi, our whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Call or click Centracom.com to supercharge your internet today.
Welcome back to Morgan, Utah. Once again, the game is finished. We appreciate our sponsors, Livingston Photography, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Cache Valley Bank, Dubay Used Cars, Big O Tire, and All Around Dental Care, and also Westland Electrical. It's time now to pick the player of the game, the Big O Tire player of the game. We didn't talk about it, but I got two possibles for you. One is Cool, and one it would be the coaches. Okay.
Cade Bowring.
Cade Bowring.
You're right.
Got somebody up here bugging me in my ear, and I forgot who it is. But Bowring, who did wonderful things, and also Cool, who had a wonderful game, and also including the interception there at the end.
Yeah, both played outstanding. Cade really on both sides of the ball at receiver and at defensive back. And what can you say about Clarence Cool's performance today at defensive end? Was in the backfield all day long, and just a great bookend with Blake Mangelson, and then he makes the play down here, or he jumps up and blocks the pass and then intercepts it himself and takes it down to the 1 or 2 yard line. So for me, they're both co-players of the game if we can do it. I mean, I thought they both deserve it and really had an outstanding game.
So good job for them. Again, we appreciate Nate Palmer and the crew that brings you the game, does all the technical work while we just sit here and trying to flap our gums a little bit. For Rick Robbins, I'm Dennis Aldridge. We appreciate being able to bring this game to you. And, the season's over for Juab at this point in time, but they did themselves well and proud here today as they took on Morgan and took them to the very end, and we congratulate them on that. And so we'll be saying goodbye to you, and thanks again to the Mid-Utah Radio and Centracom for making these games possible. Good night.
You've been listening to exciting high school football action on South Central Utah's sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centracom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school football action on Centracom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.